you doing, Latrice? How you doing? You ready to have a good conversation tonight? How are you? I don't think I've ever seen your name. Can you tell me how you came across the live? And are you aware of the topic? Yes, awesome. Please make sure you follow me, Summer's Room, and share this live out. Tell your friends to come on in. We about to get spicy because this topic has been hot. You were invited. Nice. I'm just waiting for my other two co-hosts. Did you get a chance to check out the discussion? It's, everybody got a point of view. How was your day today? How you doing, guys? Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuhu. Hey, Miss Haitian Star. How you doing, boo? What was I doing? How y'all doing? Come on in, you guys. Make sure you share this live. And if you are not already following Summer's Room, make sure you follow Summer's Room. How is everyone feeling today? I'm just waiting for my co-host. I just sent them a message to pop in. Everybody get comfortable. Grab your snacks, your drinks, whatever you need to get comfortable. And let's get it popping. How y'all feeling? Come on in. Come on in. How y'all doing? Yes. How y'all doing this evening? For those who are coming in, if you are not already following Summer's Room, make sure y'all hit the follow button and please share this live out. Share this live out. Let's get a nice crowd in here so we can have an awesome dialogue. Yesterday's conversation was dope. The night before we had a really good conversation. I can't wait to see what tonight's dialogue brings. Should be a very interesting conversation. All right. Assalamu alaikum. Hey, Wazir. Ashley, you gotta come. Now I see your comments, Ashley. Welcome. If you go to the top of my page, Ashley, it's a link for Summer's Room to my other page. If you come on the live from Summer's Room, you'll be able to dialogue directly with me, and also come on the live if you wanted to dialogue. I just put the link in the comments. Hello, Angelique. How you doing? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't even see y'all messages. If you are on my personal page, if you entered the live from Summer Young, please come over to Summer's room. There is a link. I just dropped it in the live comments, or the profile is pinned to the top of my page, my personal page. Come on over to Summer's room so you can see all the comments and interact with the people in the chat. And if you want to hop on the live to give your point of view, you'll be able to do so from over on Summer's room. I see you, Ash. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I'm trying to give my two co-hosts a minute before I jump into it. They're not answering though. Oh, I think here come one. Hello, Angelique. I'm happy you made it to this side. So, how is everyone doing? How was your day? Please make sure y'all hit that follow button. I can't stress that enough. Your girl is on a mission. And we about to get into this conversation tonight. Okay, one of them gonna be late. We won't I'm gonna see what the other one says, and then we're gonna get it started. Yes, get into it. Share this live out, you guys. Share it out, share it out. Make sure y'all follow the page. Tonight's discussion is it okay to be friends with your ex or exes? Some of y'all got an S on the end. Is it okay to be friends with your ex or your exes? This should be an interesting conversation. Nothing about this conversation should be dry. Okay? So get y'all something to drink. I got my water. That's what I'm sipping on tonight. Get y'all some popcorn, some candy, whatever y'all need, and let's get into this conversation. Hey, Sosa, how you doing, love? Please tell me if I'm loud, because y'all know sometimes my voice carry. Sometimes I don't realize I'm talking too loud. I be trying to overcompensate and things like that. So let me know if y'all feel like I'm screaming at y'all. Let me know. I'll tone it down. Hey, Andy, how you doing? That's one of the co-hosts. You ready to come on? I'm cool. All right. How you doing? How was your day, Miss Sosa? Let's get into it. Pin what you be talking about tonight. Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. It's pinned to the bottom, you guys. So anybody who come in, y'all want to know the topic? Matter of fact, hold on. Let's get into it in these comments. You said it's tricky? You said it's tricky, Miss Haitian Star? Good, tired girl. You know work, and I got some dental work done, so I'm in pain. Oh no, the dentist is scary, baby. It could be scary. Thank you so much for all those tags, Ash. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for everybody who shared this live out. I appreciate you. Hey Kim, how you doing, love? If you would like, so you joined. For those who are over here underneath my personal page, Summer Young. If you come out of the live, matter of fact, and I'm gonna share the link again. I have a page called Summer's Room, and I'm just mirroring this live on that page. So I might miss comments, and you're not able to join the live if you're under Summer Young. So if you click on the link that I just shared in the post, I'm going to pin it. If you click on that, it'll bring you over to Summer's room and you'll be able to interact with everyone who is in the comments. And if you got a lot to say and typing is too much and you want to jump on a lot, able to do so over here at Summer's room. I don't know where one of my co-hosts went. I saw her in the comments, but I don't see her no more. Hey Kim, how you doing? It said Queen commented, but I don't see her comments. Do you see Nola in the comments, Ash? I don't see her comments. Is it okay to be friends? If you send a request, I'll add you to the live, Andy. Send a request and I'll add you to the live. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Hey Hannah. If you want to come on over to Summer's room to join us to interact with the other guests, you are more than welcome to. The link is pinned below to get to Summer's room and join the live from over there. So you could get, it said Queen somebody commented. I thought that was Nola, but I don't see her comments in the chat. Okay. All right, y'all. So did anyone get an opportunity to view the audio I posted to my page? What's going on? What's going on? How you doing? Is it Sakara? If I chop your name up, sorry. I'm doing the best I can. My apologies. If you want to spell it out and tell me how to pronounce it in the comments, if I chopped up your name, do so and I will try my best to read it out. The topic tonight is it okay to be friends with your ex? Is it okay to be friends with your ex? If you're in a relationship, is it okay to be friends with your ex? Thank you, Ash, for tagging and sharing. Make sure y'all following Summer's room. Share this live out and let's get into it. You said hell no, Sakara? What everybody else think? Is it okay to be friends with your ex? Somebody said it's tricky. Sakara said hell no. Hey cousin. Hey Nicole. How you doing? How you doing? Let's get into it. Boundaries and trust. Ash said with boundaries and trust. Okay. Anybody else got any and you say so, yes or no? Maybe so. Hey TK, come on over to Summer's room. Click that link on the bottom of the page that I got pinned, TK, and come on over to Summer's room so you can interact with everybody. No, I see mine's. She needs help. Hey TK, welcome to Summer's room. So are any of you familiar with Ace Metaphor? If not, I suggest you go check them out. Andy, I don't know what happened. Let's see. You can't join your broadcast. I wonder why I can't add you. It say I can't add you. Let me see if it'll allow me to add somebody else. It won't let me put you on. Why is that? Your audience is set to public so anyone can watch this live or with audio only. I don't know why it's not letting me add you. Well, that sucks. When you came over here, it didn't even say bring them on camera. TK, you don't have to answer the invite. Just let me know if it goes through to you. Oh, it's your page, Andy, because I'm able to add other people. It won't let me add you. So I don't know why that is. Are you on Summers? Are you in Summers? You gotta be because it said you was. It's not allowing me to add you, Andy. I don't know why. I don't know why. It say you can't join the group. I don't know why it won't let you join. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Okay, so it was a video. It was some audio posted by Ace Metaphor, and he was going in about how it's a billion. He said there's a billion people in the world. Why do you need to be friends with your ex? And if your spouse has an issue with it, the spouse has an issue with it, why are you fighting to keep them in your life? Somebody said with boundaries and trust. So Ash, let me ask you, if you were in a relationship, clear your app out and come back. Okay, go on, come back in. Let's see if that worked. If you're in a relationship, right? Oh, no. Back up. So you single, you're not in a relationship, you doing you. But say you are a person who believes that once in a relationship that being friends with your ex is not okay. Do you start that process before you get involved with someone? Or is it a process like something you pick and choose once you do meet someone and want to bring them into your life? Let me know if that question was clear. Like, when does that process start for you? Me personally, I don't even want to give my personal opinion yet. I want to hear from y'all before I get into it. For those who say yes, like what happens if your spouse is not okay? Let me see. Bam. Nope. I don't know. It says, oh, there we go. It says adding. Let's see if it go through. Hey, it works. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right.
Man,
I'm excited.
Verizon been acting crazy.
So what's your thoughts? Did you get a chance to think about the question that we're going to be talking about tonight? What's your opinion on it? Is it okay to be friends with your ex?
I mean, for me personally, I know it's people that I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole ever again, you know. But they're good as a friend. They were never good for a boyfriend or someone I see that I would want to be married to, because they were just horrible boyfriends.
Okay.
But people seem to learn their lessons, you know. When they have a good person, they lose a good person, they'll ultimately change, but they'll be better for somebody else, not me.
Oh, I definitely agree that sometimes the person just ain't for you. They might be for somebody else. They just not for you.
Right.
At all. How you doing, Hassan? Somebody said yes, yes, if your partner is okay with it, because I told him in the beginning of the relationship. So Kimberly, what happens? Say you friends with this ex, right? Y'all been friends for 10 plus years, right? And you are in a committed relationship, and your spouse say, this person who you are you're joining a committed relationship with, right? They may have known about this person before y'all decided to say, yeah, okay, we're gonna do this. It's gonna be me and you. Like, we committing to each other. We cutting any other people you were engaging with, or dating or whatnot. It's time to cut them off. At that point, that person says they also want you to cut off they also want you to cut off communication with your ex, who is your friend for 10 plus years. What are you doing in that situation? What does that look like for some of y'all? Some of y'all who think that, who agree that, who feels like, it's cool, it's okay to, be friends with your ex. What are y'all doing? Y'all fighting to keep y'all friend in your life? Or y'all fighting for the relationship y'all just agreed y'all wanted to be committed in? Does it depend? Like, how you doing, Martin? This is for the men too. Is it okay to be friends with your ex?
That's a hard question.
What would you choose, Kim, or you don't know? Hey, Deanna.
It depends. It just depends.
On what?
Like, the situation. Like, that person would just have to be outstanding for me to like let go of someone I consider a friend. But they were solid. Now, if the person wasn't really like a solid friend, they weren't benefiting uh an emotional or a financial benefit or anything like that, it would be easy to let them go. But you know, yeah, it just depends. It just depends on the situation.
Y'all put that?
Oh yeah, it's about money. It's always a business relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's that love thing went out the window. It's about business.
So if saying that though, then what
For
happens
me, for
for
me
you?
anyway.
For
For
you though,
me.
right? So
Right.
what happens when you come to a point in your life where like you want to settle down with somebody, you maybe you want to be married, and this is the stipulation for the people who you see, who you come across. What do you do? Do you continue to choose to have that relationship with that friend over your future, someone to build an actual life with?
It's about that transparency and that trust. I mean, if you don't have that, I don't see that person being a good fit for me. Because we got
Mm,
to be on the same page all the way around. Like, I'm not jumping into anything. I'm not sacrificing a lot of things. It's like my table is already set. I know I see a lot of people talk about what are you bringing to the table. I already have a table,
mm.
so you can have your table. I can have my table. We come together and we can make it work. But I'm not. It's just certain things that I'm not willing to sacrifice, and I'm not playing games with anyone. So
Mm, mm.
I just don't see it like a person. A ex should not break or make a relationship. Now, it's some people that just really messy, and I don't even see myself being involved with the individual who is just messy. From you would just be so long, far. I would just that rod. I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole at all. So
Mm.
I don't know about nobody else. Like I just don't see it.
Somebody said you have to talk like we've been good for 10 plus, but my girl or dude don't agree, so I'm gonna have to fall back a little. Sorry. I don't like to be told. Kim said I don't like to be told what to do. So depending what he adds to my life, or he can leave.
Right.
Damn.
I know that's right, Kim.
Y'all, y'all say y'all want to accept this ex in my life, or you want to have to keep it pushing. That's deep.
Right.
That's deep. Hey, Mr. Campbell, he or she is your ex for a reason. How do you pronounce her name? I don't want to say it and chop her name up. Shabria? Is it Shabria? Come up here and tell me how to pronounce your name. How you doing? Welcome to the live. Come up here and give us your opinion. Y'all said if they not accepting what I'm bringing, then they got to keep it pushing. That's heavy.
Pushing.
That's heavy, man. Me personally, I'm not with the whole being friends with the ex thing. Like once I'm your ex, unless we have a child involved, I ain't got nothing to say to you because I don't want to put myself. I feel like I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm married now, but my train of thought is I don't want to be in a position where I come across um someone I was to come across someone who I felt like this could be my person, like this the person who I want to spend the rest of my life with. Like marriage is on the table, and now they're bringing this to me, and I gotta choose between someone who's a friend. They're a friend, right? And we've been friends for X amount of years, 10 plus years. We're friends, and I probably love you. And it's hard to cut off people whom you love. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm telling this person I'm cutting them off, but I'm probably still talking to them on the side. Now I'm risking my future that I say I want with this person because I don't want to cut that person off.
Right.
And then it's like I don't want to tell him that I'm not going to cut them off because I don't want to throw away what I can have with this person who is someone who I'm talking about building a life together. Like I'm not doing that with a friend. I'm not building a life with a friend. We have interactions and things like that, but we're not talking about building a family together and going a long haul, like things like that. So me personally, you got to go. The ex got to go. You got to You gotta
throw the ex away.
You gotta keep it pushing. Like you an ex, you messed up, or I messed up, whatever the case was. You got to keep it pushing. Like I ain't saying it got to be like hard feelings. Like if I see you, it's like, or like it's a problem or something. I'm like, hey, how you doing? We can speak, but we're not about to be busting it up on the phone, hanging out, like going to auntie's houses and all that stuff. Like no. Now if I had a relationship, let me clear that up, because if I have a relationship with family, I don't think that has anything to do with the ex. Now that might be a problem for me. That was a problem for me in a previous relationship. So let me see. My current husband is a rekindled love. So I have a 18-year-old and I have a 5-year-old. My 18-year-old is with my current husband. We split up for like 10 plus years, right? And so when I was in a previous relationship, me and my mother-in-law now, we've always been like this. And so coming into a relationship, I'm like, listen, she's like a mother to me. She's not going nowhere. It has nothing to do with who my ex is. I'm not involved with that person. We on dialogue. Like our relationship has nothing to do with that person. So she ain't going nowhere. So if she a problem for you, then I'm not for you. Like I'm not about to give up somebody who's a mother figure. Like, so, and I guess, I don't know if that's kind of being like, is that being like biased? No, because I wasn't sleeping with the mom, right?
Right.
That's a different type of relationship. How you doing, Tiffany? Hey, Nori. Hey, Najiba. Come on over to Summer's room. Click that link and come over here and jump in the comments with us. If anybody wants to talk, maybe you have a lot to say, it's too much to type, you could come on the live and you could come talk with us face to face. Let me see if anybody wrote anything in there. She said, come on over, Mr. Campbell. Where'd she go? She ain't ever come on. Shabria, you still here? Oh, she said sorry. Oh, here she go. How you doing?
Sorry.
That's all
At
right.
first, I lost doing everything. I don't know what happened. Yes, you did say it right. I heard that, and then I lost it. I lost like the sound.
Okay, I was like, because I could chop a name up, so I'm like,
yeah.
You said, but I was married. What that mean? What that mean, Ash? What's your perspective on the question? Is it okay to be friends with your ex? Is there stipulations? Does it depend?
I would. I think it's okay. I think I've had relationships where the guy is still cool with his ex. Because I guess in a situation where you have kids with a person or something like that, you still have to be. So, I wouldn't do that, because I think that pretty much all my exes, still kind of want me to be involved in some way. So I wouldn't just do it, but I'm not saying that it's impossible for people to do.
Mm-hmm. How you doing, Gregory? Oh, she threw kids in the mix. Nobody brought up kids yet. So do you think kids with y'all is had exception to being friends? Because I don't think you have to be friends because y'all got kids together. Y'all can co-parent and not be friends. I do it very well without any issues. I keeps it to the child, okay? Hey, very, no, is no attitudes and no nothing. We communicate when we need to. Mm-hmm. I even fill him in on, like, if something happens that I think is special, send pictures, all types of stuff. But we can't, it don't go beyond it. It stays with the child. Like, this is our child. We share together. I'm going to keep you informed. I'm going to keep you up to date on any medical information. I'll be your friend. Don't call me, talk about, hey, trying to bust it up with me. No. We don't need to conversate. But that's right. That's my point of view. I just like to keep clear lines. I don't want no blurred lines. I don't want nobody to. I don't want no blurred lines. I don't want no misunderstandings, no nothing. And I know that's not for everybody. Some people, like you said, are okay with that. It's not no issue. I'm not friends, and I would prefer you not be friends with your ex, even if y'all got kids.
Right.
It's because I do it. I co-parent without being a friend, so I know it's possible. And then for me, it's kind of like, so in the audio that I listened to, I don't know if any of you got a chance to listen to, he talked about how, like, they be fighting to keep the person in their life. That's throwing up red flags for me. Why are you fighting to keep this ex in your life so bad? If they needed to be, you needed them to be there. Why y'all not together? Why are we here together? Like,
so I'm sharing us out to a couple groups.
Like, we could be cordial and we could be on good terms without being friends. Like, that's a thing. Wadia said, I've always been friends with my exes. Why is that, Wadia? Why is that? Sorry, I'm reading the comments. What are you holding on to? And what you mean? What is who holding on to? Sorry. If I was married and my husband had a problem with it, then that would have to change. See, would it though? Would it? Has anyone, either of you two, have you ever been in a situation where you were in a relationship? Well, you just said you ain't cutting nobody off. She said she's not cutting nobody off. Like, this is what it is. You have to accept it, and that's that. Is your perspective the same? If you came in and told somebody about an ex, a friend, but your spouse, the person who you are in a committed relationship, had an issue with it and wanted you to cut them off, what would you do in that situation? Yes, you can, Gregory. Come on up. I would love a Mel's perspective.
So me, I
request.
I got one person like that I'm not cutting off. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to cut them off, but right now it's not an option. I was talking to this guy and we were real cool. Like it could have went somewhere potentially. But he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to go through your phone, make sure." And like I said, it wasn't even that, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't going through the phone that really bothered me. When he was like, "You're gonna have to cut everybody off," I'm like, it's one person that I'm not cutting off. And it don't even have to be on nothing like, you know, no type. It can literally be platonic between us, but it's just like I'm not cutting him off because
why? Why are you not cutting? What's the thing that's like no? What's the thing that got you like absolutely not? Get somebody else to do it. I'm not cutting them off. Like why?
Like it's just that's just what it is, you know. That's just.
How you doing?
Hi,
what is your perspective?
What's up, baby?
Hi.
What's up, lady?
Hey, what's up?
How you doing? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we
hear you.
Okay. I'm gonna give a man's perspective on the subject. Can men's and women's be friends? Yes. To my lady who was saying that she if you was in a relationship with a man, then y'all was friends in a relationship, correct?
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
I mean, that goes for any relationship. Like, we have to be friends if we in a relationship because we have something in common. So is it the relationship that caused you not to be friends? That's just me asking. Like, meaning maybe we had a bad relationship. Does that mean we can't be friends?
No,
I mean,
not necessarily. I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. Even if we have kids, that don't mean we can't be friends because it was something there that allowed us to have a relationship, and it had to be a friendship. Or, okay, you like me, I like you, but we was in a relationship, so we was friends. We was partners. We was in companionship at one time. So if that time had passed, I don't think. Okay, I think it is possible that hey, you go your way, I go my way. We don't have to have no relations. But I focus on the impossible of hey, meaning okay, just because we move on doesn't mean okay, yeah, we can have a good relationship. Yeah, we can have all the above it. We still can be friends. You can go your way, I can go my way, but we still can be friends. And meaning, well, if I call you up and I check on the child, I should be in my child's life, but if I'm not in I don't have kids. If I'm not in my child's life, because we can't be friends because that's one who can't handle moving on. You see, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you can't, ma'am. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like the relationship status is gonna be big on determining how we go forward after our relationship. So I just think that people should like do the impossible. Like yeah, we might have went through something, and we can separate. We can go our separate ways. But I think if you have kids, it's better. It's better to have a friendship if you have kids involved. I always ask questions, Mom, where dad? I mean, your dad ain't together, or vice versa. It's just because the friendship was not there. See what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
I know perspective about like being the friends. Me and my kids, that particularly, I see. That's why I say people that I've dated, it hasn't been a thing of just like peaceful moving on. You know what I'm saying? I would be okay. Like I believe that we should love each other like brothers and sisters, everybody. You know what I mean? So
Right,
I would be
right,
okay.
right.
I'm okay with detachment, but not a lot of people are. Not a lot of people like I understand what Summer was, where it's like you don't want blurred lines because a lot of people will like I particularly that like you know we tried to be in friends, we tried to be in cool things. It was like always that hope that something was gonna move back into something else. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't.
Right, right,
So
right, right.
people, I think that does kind of, and that's where people maybe get the perspective that once you had that attachment with somebody, they can have access. You know what I mean?
But yes, man. But I think if one whole ground, it meaning one he or she, meaning yeah, we can be friends, but you still trying to holler at me, you still trying to talk to me, you still want to do the things that we used to do in a relationship. And I just think it just take one to hold ground to keep the friendship. Meaning I'm not gonna open them doors. We still can be friends, no matter how much you try to pursue me in that nature. If I hold my ground, then that keep our friendship. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So okay, you saying so say
Or it mean no. I'm not trying to give myself power. I'm saying she can hold her power because maybe it's me that's trying to do more. She don't want to do that. So I just think if one just hold that ground to keep the friendship there, just because no, I ain't gonna do that. Then I think the friendship can work no matter how much the other one try to keep on opening up a door that's closed. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually,
mm-mm. How does that work when you're in a relationship? If there is someone in this friendship still trying to cross those lines, how does that work and just be
I mean, your
okay?
spouse, your spouse can be aware of it because I mean, if I'm still holding my ground and not going, if I met, just say my spouse came after the relationship we're talking about, and I'm telling my old lady, okay, man, my homegirl, well, my ex, and I wouldn't like to consider her ex because I can say my friend or someone I used to date because when you keep someone as your ex, then you're keeping entitlement to that person as well. You know what I'm saying? Because if I notify you, if I identify you as my ex, then I'm holding on to something as well. Because no, you're not my ex. Yeah, because you're not my A, you're not my B, you're not my C no more. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to say you're my ex. Like you're someone I used to date. Because if I'm dating someone else and I'm dealing with you, then I was doing the same thing when I was with you. You see what I'm saying?
Sir, can I just say though, real quick? I feel like I get what you're saying, but then at the same time, I did hear you say. I think that they still trying to like. Once they don't respect that boundary, like even if you felt like you had to have that, once they step
True,
over that boundary, that's
true.
because it does become disrespect. It's like,
That's
okay, now at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like it's going too far. Like if you felt like, okay, we
true.
got this relationship, I'm not letting this person go, boom. But at that point, seriously, what is your motive? Because how you holding on to somebody that literally they know you in a relationship and you like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep.
Okay, but what is the boundary? Can I ask you this? Can I ask you this? Can I ask you this? What is the boundary? What is the boundary? Because if I'm putting you in a position
Ain't no
to cross that boundary, like,
no.
hold on, no. What I mean by when you say no, what I mean by when you say they cross that boundary, it's up to me to have the boundary because I'm not putting myself in one-on-one moments with you where you have the opportunity where you can sexually to try to do something to me. I'm not putting myself in that boundary where okay, well I'm gonna mislead you and I'm just trying to get something out of you. Meaning I'm not gonna put myself in that boundary. So that's how I can be able to keep the friendship.
You shouldn't be having to put that kind of part up though. If they know you're in a relationship, you feel like you gotta be blocking yourself off in a way. This is not a friendship. When you gotta go
That's how
ahead
I
and let.
feel. I agree with you on that one.
But listen, that same feeling. Listen, in that same feeling, we have people who break up and they make up, and then they love forever. So for me, as women, this whether me and you broke up, whether say me and you were in a relationship, and we break up, and I still have love for you, and I'm pursuing you. Okay, you say we're just friends, but hey, I still love you, I'm pursuing it, and I'm just hoping that. Okay, I'm just hoping. Okay, she gonna come back. Okay, we didn't broke up before. We didn't broke up before. We didn't broke up before. So if we didn't broke up many times before, and we got it together, now you can't be the prosecutor of me trying to pursue you because you allowed to break up many times, and now you say it's over, it's friends, and I keep pursuing you. Then how fair is that to me?
What does fair have to do with it? If I'm done with you, I'm done with you, and if you can't respect the boundary, you are clipped, and that's that. What do you mean? That's something you have to get over with yourself. Maybe you go to therapy.
You're done with me because of. No. I'm just saying you're done with me because of something I did in a relationship, or you just done with me because you don't want me no more.
For whatever the reason is. I mean, if I'm done, I'm done. If I'm done, I'm done. Regardless of if you did something or I just fell out of love with you. If I'm done, I'm done. So regardless if the other person still wants you, I can't control it. I can only do what I can do.
Is it possible that you can fall out of love with somebody?
Say that again.
Is it possible? Okay, if you can fall out of love with somebody, did you ever love them?
Yeah, you can love. I mean, being in love and loving somebody is different, in my personal opinion.
It changed. The degrees of it change.
That's true. That's true. Love does change. So okay, do you get a person time for love to change in friendship? Or you just say, no, you crossed that boundary. No, it's over with.
Well,
I ain't going to give you that point.
I think there's a threshold of healing that needs to take place. So we don't need to jump into deciding that we're going to jump into friendship because we done broke up. You know what I'm saying? Let's give ourselves time. Let's sort it out. And then we go from there. If that's what we got to do. If we feel like we got to come back and be friends, let's give ourselves some time to do that.
You hear that word? If we feel that way. If one person feels that way, the other person does not have to abide by that. It has to be a mutual thing. Like if one person is stuck on the other person, that is a personal problem. It's not that other person's problem. Now you might become their problem because they might have an issue to deal with.
Then you have to take out a protection order. Then that's unhealthy.
Oh man!
I'm just. I just think that can vary depending on the relationship status. You see, like if I've been with somebody for like 2 months and they just say they crazy in love, or I've been with somebody for 12 years. Like 12 years take some time. Like we both should struggle. You see, if we separate because of, it depends on when we separate because if you cheat or you catch me cheating, I mean same difference to me. But if I caught you cheating, I still can be friends with you. You see what I'm saying? But when I get in a relationship, then that friendship it's no friendship than my next relationship. You see, so I put all that into one person. You see what I'm saying? So I don't have to worry about, well, hey baby, like this is my homegirl. I used to date her. You see, like when you bring that into a situation, of course the other person gonna think like, oh, you still hold on to like, no, I just think when you meet someone, if you're a woman, I tell a woman, like, you can be friends with a man, but in friendship with a man, there are things you don't do. You see, and I tell a man that you can be friends with a woman, and if things you don't do with a woman, you see, when you just friends with her, like, I don't need to come to your house and sit with you one-on-one and watch Netflix and all that. We're gonna do that, then I'm gonna bring you gonna have some home girls, I'm gonna have some homeboys, we're gonna have some friends. You see what I'm saying? But if we just we friends.
I got somebody that want to give their
gotta
perspective.
reform.
They want to
Okay,
give their
you
perspective, I
just
think, on
said.
what you just said. Somebody want to come on the live and get their perspective. So I'm gonna
Oh,
take you off and I'm gonna let them come on so they can respond to everything you just said.
okay.
You could come back when they done.
All right.
Sir.
That was interesting. He's trying to get somebody. He's trying to have somebody fighting. He said, "Oh, it won't." Hey,
Ash
Karen,
is a trip.
why
Ash
did
had
we
me
go?
dying.
It's saying, well, why it's saying you can't join? Why did you leave out the live and come back in? It's not letting me add you. How y'all? He said, if man, he's trying to have somebody like she did what? Not she somebody no, that's no longer a friend no more. If they disrespecting your relation, that's disrespectful. And
That
now
would
also,
cause.
you don't value me, you don't respect me as your spouse, man or woman, that you're gonna allow somebody to be in your life that you know trying to get at you in that way, knowing you're involved, and you're gonna continue to keep them in your life at that point. Now, so like what's really good? Like what's really the situation? What's really going on? Why are you holding on to them? Like, are you still holding on to hope to, being with them? Am I like what is it called? When you get out of one relationship and jump into the other one? Well, what is the term they use? Y'all know what I'm talking about in the comments.
I can't think of what it was called.
I want to say fallback person, but y'all know what I mean. I can't think of the terminology. Yeah. Like what? No, it's a no. It's a no for me.
Yeah,
let me see. What? All right, let me see.
That would create distrust. That would create distrust.
Yes. Wadia is coming up. Let's see what she got. Hold on 1 minute. When y'all come on the live, make sure y'all don't have any like TVs or radios on in the background because Facebook will shut the live down. And try to keep the language respectful, meaning don't try to cuss too much if you are a cusser because that'll flag the live and they'll take it down too. Go ahead, Wadia.
Hello, ladies.
How you doing?
Hi. So I did say that I'm not going to never lie. I tend to be friends with a lot of my exes. And it's not even we still messing with each other type of thing. Like, first of all, I'm a good damn woman. So therefore, yes, some of them do try to come back. But sometimes they make better friends than lovers. Sometimes we just can't be that. We might be able to be friends, but we wouldn't mesh well as a couple. But we could be good friends. Like I have somebody that I've known since I was 12 years old. We dealt with each other for years, from the time I was a young girl to in my 30s. But when we separated when I was in my 30s, I knew it was time for him to go. You cannot be lovers. You are not for me. Now, what the other guy was saying, like, I don't know, he was confusing me a little bit because I don't know. I don't know what he was. It seemed like he was 1 minute is you could be friends. I feel like if you're in a relationship and you're friends with someone and that person wants to be more, how do you continue to be friends? Because at some point it becomes disrespectful. And I think Ashay, I think I heard her say that, like, it becomes disrespectful at some point. Like, you're going to be disrespecting your significant other. That I'm not going to never do. Yes, I'm now divorced. But if I was, my ex-husband was, I don't know, he didn't care about me having male friends. Summer, shut up, Summer. He didn't seem to care, right? But some men ain't like that. If I remarried and my husband really had a problem with, like, no, listen, that's a no, that's a no for me, then it's a no. Sorry. I mean, like, we can't be friends. Like, listen, I can still care for you. I can love you, but I gotta love you from afar because at this point I'm not gonna disrespect my husband. And that's how I feel about that. Like, no, at some point I'm not gonna never disrespect my significant other.
Abu Naima is no such thing. Jazzy asks, so do y'all not believe that men and women can't really be friends because the guy? I used to think we could, but I'm not so sure anymore.
I think that you could be friend. Muslim. So in our religion, it's some things that we're not supposed to do. We're not supposed to have male friends, right? Do I think that male and females can be friends without being anything else? Yes. Yes. I've had people that I've known since I was young, and we've grown up, and I'm like, damn, that's like my brother. That's like my, because literally that's like my brother. Because we've grown up together. We've lived in the same, like, when I was growing up, my mom took everybody in. It was we were all the kids the parents knew, and then nothing was gonna happen. And then sometimes they end up moving in with us. And my sister was everybody's mom. That's how they looked at it. So you can be friends with someone else. And some friends will turn into something. You can. If somebody gonna start feeling some type of way about each other, and it could go either way. It could be the female that start feeling some type of way and liking the guy, or vice versa. If you know you're not gonna go pay friendship line, they say, listen, and you trying to take it further, we gonna be friends and stay friends, or you have to go your way and I go mine.
Y'all got any input? So see that right there though, that's, for me, that's the reason why I don't even want to give it an opportunity. Like, I do think that there is a possibility for the opposite sex to be friends and it be nothing sexual between them, nobody crossing lines. I do think that's a possibility. But the possibility of one of them trying to approach you, to me, is not worth trying to figure out whether y'all can actually be friends for the long term. I'm just not willing to put myself in that position. Like, if you understand who I am and we're friends and I'm in a relationship, if my relationship does not work out, like, and we still cool, it shouldn't be no bad blood to me. I feel like if I'm in a relationship and we used to have dealings and now, like, you can't be a part of my life, I don't think that should be like a bad thing. I don't think it should be something that somebody looks at like, oh, don't ever talk to me again. That's how I feel, because I would understand if I was a single woman and I interacted with men and they decided to get in a relationship where they got married or made a commitment to someone and they cut off female friends. Me personally, I'm gonna fall back anyway, because I just don't want the assumption or them even having to come to me and have that dialogue. I'm gonna just give them the space to keep pushing. And if for whatever reason their relationship don't work out, and they reach out to me later on in life, it's still gonna be like, hey, what's going on? How you been? What's up with you? But I don't even want to put myself in that position where it's an opportunity for a man to try to cross the line, and then I have to have that conversation with my husband, because he's not gonna take it too kindly. So just to avoid that, for me, it's just not worth the trouble. Me personally, and definitely, Gregory, want to come back up here? If you can introduce your spouse, there should be no problem. I'm not introducing nobody personally. Ain't no reason for y'all to meet, because he ain't finna be a friend. Okay, so just the queen said, if y'all can introduce your spouse, then it should be no problem. It should be no problem. But what if there still is a problem? Just the queen. Once they try. Gregory, are you still here? You still want to come up? Is there anyone else that want to come up and give their input? Abu Naima, if you would like to join the you was over here. If anybody is on my personal page and you see this live, click the link that I tagged below to come over to Summer's room and join the live chat. They can't see your comments if you're on my personal page. Click the link below, Abu Naima. Click the link below and come join the live from Summer's room. And if you want to come on live to talk, I'll add you. Now, ladies, there may be people, if they join the live, that's going to talk from a religious perspective. And like Wadia said, we're Muslim. So technically, like, in our belief system, there's no reason for a man and a woman to be friends. It's just not a reason. So the guy Abu Naima, that's probably why he said what he said. And if he does come up here, that's probably where he's going to speak from. Just to give you all a heads up.
I don't know if I don't see his comment.
He was on here. I had pinned his comment, but he on my personal page, like the page I'll be in the chat with y'all in, because I shared it over there. Trying to get them to come. I put the link though for them to come over here. People saying they have to understand it, accept it, or keep it pushing. People saying if the other person that you're friends with trying to cross the line, as long as you hold it firm and you're not responding to it, it's still okay to be friends.
I don't think it's okay to be friends. But if you're in a relationship, then no. Like, no. Because it's like I said, it's gonna be disrespectful. Because so then I'm married and you try and get at me. How that look? Like, what do I do? What do you say to somebody? Like, okay, how many times do you say, listen, you know I'm married, you disrespected my spouse. I'm not gonna let you disrespect my spouse. Like, that's just not going, because like you said, from the ace metaphor, like it becomes a point where it's like you're choosing that friendship over your spouse and over your marriage or your relationship. How important is a friendship with someone who's being disrespectful to you and yours? Because I'm going to go to bat for mine. So if you like, how can I be friends with you if you just disrespectful? Like, what are you saying to me? How are you coming at? Like, you have to be coming at me in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be something that you're saying to even let me know that you feeling me, or you want to be in a relationship with me, or you want something from me. And we know how men are. Listen, most men ain't coming at you like, even if they like, hey, beautiful, hey, boo, hey, something. How, like, what's up? What you doing? They coming at you some kind of way, and it has to be in a disrespectful kind of way, especially if they know you're already married or in a relationship. They gotta be like, what, you gonna leave him for me? Okay, that's what they like. It has to be. It's going to be some form of disrespect.
I'm sorry, I'm listening. Somebody trying to figure out how to get to the live. I don't know like how else to tell them how to get over here except for clicking on it and coming in. Hopefully they figure it out. Because they was over here already, so I don't know why they lost. I agree with you though, Wadia.
I definitely agree with you.
Somebody in the comments said, well, I read that if you can introduce your spouse, there should be no problem. How do y'all feel about that? Do you feel like if I introduce my friend to my spouse, they have to accept it? Like, is that what you mean by that? Just the queen. I'm so ready to come back up. Why did you ready to let Gregory come back up? He got something to say.
No, he got something to say to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take you off and I'm gonna let him come back up to respond to what you were saying.
That's fine. All right.
Can you be friends with someone you want to stay there? Let me see. Yeah. I'll pin the comment back to the bottom.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back.
How y'all doing, ladies? Let me take my glasses off on this one. To my sister. I know she said I had her kind of confused, correct? She said I had her confused, correct?
Who?
Yes.
She didn't
Yes,
agree
she
with you,
did.
yeah, that you threw her off, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let me try to help my sister, man, because I'm helping myself as I'm explaining to her, because I'm receiving the information as well. I know, okay, something about spiritual, Miss Lady. my sister. Let me say this: when I was a child, I thought I was a child. When I became an adult, I put away childish things. Meaning, meaning me as a man. If I'm in a relationship with a woman, period, then I then I know what a friend is. So if another woman is pushing up on me, then I understand that woman want relation with me because I'm in a relationship. So as a man, listen, as a man, uh, I mean, she say, you know how men come at you all type of ways. Women come at men all type of ways too. You know what I'm saying? Let's not get it twisted. So that so when I tell my sister this, hey baby, when you in a relationship or you in a marriage or whatever you want to consider, first of all, let me speak on the man that you was talking to since you've been a teenager all the way up to your 30s. Yeah, that's love. Y'all only reason y'all can be together because y'all in love with each other and never could put title on y'all relationship. You see, so I'm not looking for a lady to love me. I'm looking to love her. You see, I'm looking to care for her. So when I'm with her, then I know how to handle myself. It ain't like it's okay for someone to challenge your principles. Like, okay, if you say that's what you got, then if I shoot my shot at you, let me see what you about. Meaning, hey, you ain't disrespecting me because I'm in a relationship with a person. No, that ain't disrespect because you shoot your shot. It's disrespect if I entertain your shot. You see, like so I wouldn't go to my woman and tell her, oh, well, hey baby, my ex still trying to holler at me. Then guess what? If you go to your woman and tell her that nigga, then nigga, you talking to that woman too. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't have to go to my woman if I had one and tell her about a woman trying to push up on me. Yeah, she got something. And hey, baby, I assume men try to talk to you too. Because why? I don't want nothing that don't nobody else want. You see? You see, that's why I got you. You see? That's why you got me. So I just think, like, for as friend, we all know what a friend is. So if we saying, okay, this nigga trying to holler at me, well, have you and that nigga ever dealt with each other? You see, because of course he's gonna try to holler at you. And if y'all ain't dealt with each other, he's gonna try to holler at you. That's what niggas do. But when you dealing with a man, because I'm a man, baby, and I don't want no woman that belongs to another man, baby. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? So I know how to handle myself. So meaning, hey, as a man, I don't want to be your friend because I know it's human nature for a woman or a man to have thoughts. Okay, you talking to that nigga, you and that nigga going out on dates. So if you in a relationship and you and this woman, or you and this nigga going out on dates, or you and this nigga going to eat lunch, then damn, okay, what kind of friendship? That all. If I'm in a relationship with you, of course I'm gonna think, well, man, y'all sure y'all ain't got nothing going on? Well, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, I tell my sister, like, hey, baby, like, it's not healthy to hold on to your past. You know what I'm saying? That goes with anyone. It's not healthy to hold on your past because I can replace a non-friend with a friend. And that friend could be a male or a female. You see, babe, I got a woman. I ain't trying to have no female friends anyway. I'm too busy spending all my time in my women. Period. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think and then she should do the same. But okay, but I'm sure she had men before me. She had male friends before me. So I wouldn't come in and say, hey, you can't talk to them because I don't need to control no woman. You see? You know what I'm saying? You hear me? So you gonna need God to be able to assist you in that situation because to think you man and woman and you can do it on your own, then you're gonna fail every time. You see, you know what I'm saying? Because some man or some women gonna come around looking better than the one you got, and it's all about how you hold your eye and your beauty or yours. You know what I'm saying? So I look in the mirror, I can look in the mirror and I know how to hold my ground because I'm disciplined. So I can come at a woman and I can respect. Hold on, I take that back. I don't because I don't live off respect. I live off being responsible. Because if you're responsible, all those things fall in line. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it ain't so much of like I say, being friends can vary because I have female friends that I've been friends with ever since high school. Never had sex with them because I grew up with them. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with them, so I look at them like a sister. Because now I'm not a teenager. I don't think like a boy. I think like, oh man, I'm trying to fuck this girl. I'm trying to have sex with this girl. No, I'm a man now. You see what I'm saying? So I know how to deal with women. You see, and I deal with men too. Because hey man, that's your woman. Yeah, I don't speak to your women out the way. You know what I'm saying? I don't handle myself. I'm not saying every man do that because every woman don't do that as well.
All right,
You see what I'm saying?
you got somebody that want to respond. Hold on, hold your thoughts. Go ahead.
So, sir, I want to follow you. So, in regard to, I think again, like, so are you saying that, of course, because from what I think I'm understanding, you're saying that, you know, you would have, you know, men and women have feelings, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe they,
That's human nature.
it's no, I'm listening, but let me just ask you, just confirm. So
Okay.
in human nature, you're saying that we gonna have feelings. Like if me and you friends, even if, you know, as a man, you gonna feel some type of way, as a woman, I'm gonna feel some type of way, potentially. If that's being said, then wouldn't that totally go against what you're saying is okay? Because if
Hold
you're
on.
saying that, you know, as a man, you might get a little tickle about yourself when you look at me, and I might feel the same way when I look at you, but we're in relationships. That's exactly what we don't want, right? Because if that's human nature, then that
Right.
means we don't have enough self-control to be in that relationship and have friends, is from what I'm understanding, right? Because if you
Right.
somebody
And you this
your human natureisms enough to say like, okay, I have respect for this person, I'm with them, I'm not gonna feel like I'm you dating Andy, right? And I'm, you know, you being you friends, and
right.
you I'm coming on to you or you coming on to me because we friends and we humans. That's not respecting
Right.
your relationship.
Listen,
Things that we
my sister, my sister. Everything you spoke on from a perspective is right because let's be true. Meaning it's human nature to have feelings, but in your feelings you gotta have discipline. You see, because what good is feelings without discipline? You see what I'm saying? Because if I think of emotions and I let my feelings get in my emotions, then of course, look, I mean, work without faith is dead. Meaning, you have to put trust in self to discipline self to be able to be able to handle your feelings, to be able to challenge your emotions because you can feel a certain way and I don't, or I can feel a certain way and you don't. Man, we both friends and you don't, and you're not in a relationship, and I'm not in a relationship, and if I pursue you and you're not feeling that type way, and you get in a relationship and I still keep pursuing you, then it's more like, then, well, damn, what type of man am I? You see, because if I have not self-disciplined myself, then it only,
Hold on.
huh?
Go hold on.
I was just gonna say, I think Summer kind of spoke on that, where it's like in that, like we get discipline, we do, but you don't want to put yourself in an enticing situation. Why would I don't want my man to be in a situation where I feel like he gotta be disciplined because his friend trying to come on to him. You know what I'm saying? So
But look, I wouldn't put my woman in that type of mind frame because why? Because she feels that because what I brought to the table, I brought to attention. You see?
So wait. That's what you saying. She and know that you would keep that from her.
No. No, listen. It's nothing to know when you step this woman because if I'm in a relationship, then if I have time for friendship with another woman more than I do my relationship, then what kind of relationship am I really in? What kind of man are you really are? You see, so it's not pinning on your opposition. Meaning the conversation we having, we're pinning all the power on the opposition. Meaning, okay, just saying for me as a man, or is it okay to be in a relationship and have friends? Then that means I'm getting all the power to myself or to another woman and making myself powerless. Like I have enough power to be able to discipline myself. I have enough power to be able to make myself responsible to, hey baby, like it's things that you don't do. Like it gotta be a line drawn because with no disciplinary line, then anything is possible. Anything can happen. You see? You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about it. Like I have friends now, but if I got in a relationship, my time is gonna be on my relationship, even though I have friendships. You see what I'm saying? Like if you with somebody that you can't trust, why you like, and you don't supposed to trust no one, you build trust. You know what I'm saying? You build love, you build care. All those things are built, not gave. You see?
Somebody give it.
Like, if I'm not,
Mute your phones, guys. The Abu Naima come on. Is he on here? Did somebody else just join the live?
no, not that I think.
I see another box at the bottom of my screen.
Oh, maybe so. But I just think this conversation, like, okay, no, like, it's no wrong, it's no right, but it's a thin line between love and hate. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I only hate someone because, like, oh, they irritate me. They know I'm in, like, oh, the girl say, if you know I'm in a relationship, or if you know I'm married, and you know all these things, and you're trying to hit on me, you try to pursue me, then you're a friend I don't need anyway.
I agree with
You
you,
know what I'm
and I
saying?
appreciate your opinion. Hold on, give me 1 second. Abu Naima, you still not clicking on the links I'm sending you. You gotta come over to Summer's room. You're on my personal page. Hold on, I'm gonna remove Gregory and I'm gonna try to add you, but I don't think it's gonna work from over there. Give me 1 minute. Hold on, I'll be back, Greg. We're gonna let you back on, Greg. Give me a minute. Let me see.
Barbara, you had me rolling the whole time. Ash, you had me rolling. Y'all are a trip.
I don't think it's gonna let me do it from that page. You got he keep trying to join, but he on the wrong live. I sent it to your inbox. That was an interesting perspective. I don't know. I tried Naima. I didn't do nothing on purpose. I was actually a little bit distracted because I'm trying to help Abu Naima get on the live, but for whatever reason he can't make his way over to Summer's room. I don't know. Abu Naima, close out your Facebook, right? Close out your Facebook all the way and then open it back up and then click on the link and see if it brings you over to Summer's room.
Close out all your windows.
Like close it all the way out and then see if you could come over.
Boy,
That was interesting.
That was interesting. I'm still lost. So what's he for or against?
At the end of the day, it's a thin line between love and hate.
Yeah.
Y'all heard the me.
Yeah, that was.
That's the only thing I understood. It's a thin line between love and hate.
Kira said,
around the
"I'm
block.
come up and be the drunk auntie at this point. Stop it. You want your ex back? Just say that." Let's see what I missed.
But that will create distrust.
Yes,
that will ruin the relationship for real.
For sure, the relationship will be a dumb bun for me. A cigar now lit. Y'all funny. Throw an egg.
The eggs haven't gone.
Barbara said, "Ain't no way my significant other having lunch with the next person." She said her spouse ain't having lunch with no ex or no other person. What y'all think about that?
So what if they have a business together? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, well, that's different. Now we gotta talk about some things. But the same standards still apply for me. If y'all run a business together, run y'all business. But I tried to tag him. You tag him, Wadia. See if you can tag him. If she crossed a line, then y'all got talk about how y'all going to either dissolve, buy each other out, get somebody else to work your side. I don't know, but we're not going to continue to put ourselves in the line of fire. Like, because then it causes discord in your relationship. Like, you got to figure out how to clip that, because all it's going to do is cause it's going to eventually be an issue. No matter how much that person, your spouse, trusts you, I don't care how much your spouse trusts you, you're not going to continuously be in a situation with somebody that keep trying to come at you. Even if they trust you, now I got a problem with her, now I want to fight her. I want to put myself in a compromising position because she disrespected me. So what do you like? Something has to happen. I don't know. I don't want you to lose your bread like you making money, but I don't know. Something got to happen. I don't know who this is. I don't think he is my friend. I can't help him. I don't know. I tried. I've been trying to help him for the last like 30 minutes. So I don't know at this point what to do. Once they cross the line, you end it all. That's it, and that's all. I agree. I agree. Once they cross the line, that should be it. It should be no more conversation. And if it still is conversation, now I got an issue with you, because what are you holding on to? What why your current relationship? I would ask the brother that, but I don't know if we're gonna get it. We're gonna understand like his perspective.
I was gonna say, I'm sure he will tap back in.
Mm-hmm.
What was in that?
Eva, I don't know how to help you, my good brother. I've been trying to get you over here. I don't know why you stuck on this page. I don't know. Somebody go to my personal page and try to hold Ebu Naeem hand and get him over here to this page, because he can't seem to find us. I don't know.
Here, you gotta tell us what's the question. We can try to sort it out. Gregory might not be able to help us right now.
PTSD all over again. Oh my Lancer. Kira, earlier you said you had made a comment about say it again.
I was like, oh my Lancer, I heard that.
Kira said something earlier, something about a ex of hers being insecure. Do you remember that comment, Kira? I missed it. I was trying. There he go. Look at him. He found us. Oh, let's see. Let's see what the brother got to say. Woo, that was trying. Salam alaikum. You made it.
Walaikum salam.
I'm stressed out over here.
Yeah, I've been trying to get up. Yeah, I don't think that nobody of the opposite sex could be friends just because, I don't know, all the fitting between the two. With I don't know, it's stressful. I like, what is a person looking for in a friend, especially if they're in a relationship? Like, what place should that person like hold in your life outside of something bad? I just don't understand it. Me myself, I'm married 9 years, and if I need another friend, I'll go get another wife. I don't, I don't, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to my wife. I wouldn't put her in a position of having to accept someone that I'm classifying as a friend, but really wouldn't be a friend, because either I'm waiting for her to be vulnerable to let me in, or know that. I wouldn't fool myself and think it's no other type way. I'm waiting or she waiting. One of us is sitting back laying, waiting on the other person to be vulnerable and get in there and change the status of our friendship. Yeah.
Now he just said something. What y'all think about that? Competition, I would never. So I do think there are exceptions to the rule, but I think that that's the rule. Like, I agree.
Yeah. The
I feel
exception
like
is if you got a gay best friend. They probably trying to find their sexuality. Yeah, it is exceptions. But heterosexual people that no.
now I don't agree with that. But I do agree I do agree with what you said. I think generally speaking, that be the situation. Like somebody is just waiting for an opportunity. Like you just like they're just laying dormant, waiting. They ain't gonna say nothing across the line because they don't want to push you away as a friend. But the moment you show that moment that moment, like you willing or you might be open to it, is we playing ball. Like what's up?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. So I agree with that. How y'all feel about what he just said? What's your perspective on what he just stated?
We know that I disagree. And I just seen somebody say that women are emotional. I'm not emotional. I deal off of facts.
Who said?
So I think that was Ash that said women are emotional. I'm not an emotional individual. Like I jumped off the porch earlier, had my son young. My son is grown now. I'm all about advancing and getting his business. I don't deal in the what if, the shoulda, woulda, couldas. I'm about what you're doing now and getting to the next space. So I mean, if a person doesn't have a benefit, then they're going to be left in the dust. But I don't see an issue with, doing business with a person. If a person is disrespectful, but you want to cheat or you want to move on and be with somebody else, then by all means go do you. But I'm not an insecure person. I don't look at other women as being a competition or anything like that. Like I'm confident in myself, and I don't walk around with, trust issues. Don't give me an issue to, not trust you, because I'm not going to do that to you. But
Okay.
I definitely am not an emotional person. I deal with facts, and that's with anything: work life, personal life, everything. Even when I deal with my son and talk to my son, it's always about the facts. The fact is this. I don't deal with, well, maybe this or maybe that. No.
Okay. You got anything to add or perspective?
I mean, I think, like you said, there's exceptions to the rule. I don't think that everybody is just waiting around. I mean, I have male friends, and there is a portion of them that haven't tried. Like once it gets awkward, once they do like kind of like step over that line, then obviously, like I said, it's awkward because I'm a certain kind of way, so I don't like that just in general, and and I'm single, but I don't think that every person that's of the opposite sex is just waiting for the opportunity. Now maybe most people, but there are people that are not gay or anything like that that are not just waiting for that opportunity. And I mean, I also have been one of them. Like I've been like a friend to guys. I mean, do I think I don't know. I think it's definitely people in the world that will be your friend and will be just waiting for you to say like, "Oh, it's a go time."
Go time, baby. Transforming Tasha said, "Well, I used to think that way until I was cheated on in 5 different marriages, trying to believe that they had women friends."
Yeah, Maury got rich out friends having babies, so
I mean,
yeah.
some people.
I'm just saying.
Kira said, "Wait a minute, huh?" Like, I definitely think it's exceptions to the rule, but I think the rule is that, like, most times, a lot of times, however you want to form it, somebody is just waiting for an opportunity to get in. Like, and they may never show that face because they may be okay with not getting it. But I feel like if the opportunity arose and they have some type of, attraction to you, they finna jump in. It ain't no, oh, we just friends. I just don't, but to each their own. I don't even want to put myself in a position. Even as a single person, I typically keep my distance, was keeping my distance, like, from men. I just if I ain't trying to go there, like, we ain't got nothing really to talk about.
Yeah, that's how I am. If I'm not anything about marriage, mm-mm.
Nothing to talk
Okay.
about. I do believe that some friendships can be platonic. Yeah, me too. I definitely think it's exceptions to the rule. But dang, sis, you said cheated on five. That's wow. Five different marriages trying.
Mm.
Sheesh. Mm-mm.
Mm.
That's messed up. And at that point, if that's the type, what I don't understand in those situations, right? Why, if you want to do you, so all right, like I'm gonna throw something. So in Islam, he mentioned he would get another wife. And Islam, men have the opportunity to marry up to four women if they are able to do so. Like it's guidelines to it. It's not just about,
Mm.
oh, you see it, you like it, you're gonna take one on. Like you got to be able to fulfill the rights of a spouse taking on another wife and be just across the board. So even outside of that though, right? If you know you want to jump in this person's pants or you want to deal with that person, you want to do this, you still holding on to that, why put yourself in a committed relationship? Like, why
Mm-hmm.
do that and then tear somebody else down in a process
Mm.
that becomes attached to you, that loves you, that's pouring into you, that's building with you? Why do all that to tear it all down? What is the purpose in that? What is the point in all that extra energy for nothing? If you're not all the way in it, like you got one foot in the door and the other foot out. How you doing, Akila? I don't understand that.
A lot of people are selfish and insecure, and so that's what causes them to try to hold up the space in somebody else's life while they, doing whatever. Because sometimes once people become so broken down, they will stay and deal in a situation that they would say
Mm.
that uh they will stay in a situation because they just feel like it's no other option. You know what I'm saying? Like at a certain point, once the person becomes so broken, I think.
Transforming Tasha, are you Muslim? That part Shabria asked you. And how do you feel about your current husband bringing up polygamy? You with it or you not with it? Is it a go or is it a hell no? Which one is it? I can't tell from her profile picture. I was gonna go get my husband and have him. You are not. So how do you feel about? You said no. It's a no for you. She said absolutely not. She said get
Mm.
somebody else to do it.
That
Okay.
opened the door for infidelity. That open you asked for yourself to be cheated on.
So what do you? All right. So your spouse presents to you Muslim, non-Muslim. Polygamy in general is becoming a thing, even
Mm-hmm.
outside of like religious reasons. It's a lot of people practicing relationships with multiple
Mm-hmm.
spouses involved. How do y'all feel about that? If your spouse came to you, bring him on. Bring who on? No, I'm not bringing him on. I'm not bringing him on. No, Ashley, no. He could stay right where he at. I went in here and I considered bringing him, and I said, you know what? Because I don't. Nope. So anyway,
Mm-mm.
dang, you made me lose my train of thought.
Mm-mm. That's too light.
Actually, if your spouse comes to you telling you that they want to
Oh,
entertain or they're interested in
yeah.
polygamy, and say you're a monogamous person, what do you do from that point? What happens? Knowing that they're interested in being with another person, like bringing another person into your relationship, what do
If you're not
you do?
if you're not for it, you might as well leave because they're going to be involved with somebody.
Mm. She said, "Never did I agree."
I
I deal with the
I think
fact.
that
Mm.
The
something.
fact is,
I think that
But
that's on like wait
Mm.
to get married to decide. You know what I mean? Like so, if that's something that you said from the gate, then that would be obviously something that should have dealt with at that time. But if you wait till we get married and then decide all of a sudden we need to add to our marriage, that's not. I know that's not really logical. So for sure, I would just if I wasn't with it, just move on.
mm,
But I
That's
think I think
that's not.
a lot of women, especially African American women, need to try to deal with it because it's not enough men to go for every woman to have their own man. That's why a lot of women end up in crazy situations because they got a perception like they the only woman. When in a lot of situations, men have to spread themselves thin to accommodate the overflow of women. But it's like a lot of women can't add.
Mm.
That's accurate. Statistically,
And a lot of us be sharing our men and don't know it.
and,
You
and
just,
don't know it.
you just
No,
or
they know it. They know it, but
or
it's like they want to.
they want to ignore it, or you be in a long-term relationship with a man who continuously cheats and you won't accept the fact that he wants another person, but you won't leave him either. So it's just like a back and forth thing. It's like a back and forth thing. Now, polygyny, like I said, is a part of our religious beliefs. Am I like, oh, husband, go get another wife? No, I am not. That is not something that I am seeking. It is not something that I'm looking forward to. I hope that Allahu Alam, Allah knows best. God knows best. But that's definitely not something I'm like, yay, go
Yeah,
get
I got you.
another wife. No, because
I
I'm
got you.
selfish and I don't want to share. Like,
Mm.
but a lot of
I
us,
just,
be in relationships already sharing, just not agreeing to it out our mouths anyway.
That's right.
yeah, I got me too.
But I feel like if that's the person's insight, they need to bring that up in the beginning. They should not be waiting till you get married to discuss that with you. That's
You don't think
not
somebody could
fair.
change their mind later on down the line? Maybe they
They
didn't
knew they
want you
was
like
like
that.
they knew they was like that before.
No, period. That's all I'm saying. Don't wait. You
They
know,
knew they was like that before.
or that's something, that's something that can be brought up in like like a dating conversation. But yeah, like she said, like I mean, you can change your mind for sure, but that's something that's kind of steep to just change your mind. Like we just laying down one day and you like, yeah, I'm ready to add to
But a
our
lot of
marriage.
times, but a lot of times, when men step out and they do cheat, it's to save the relationship they in. Because when women cheat, they leave they 10 times out of 10 they leave the relationship. When men cheat, they go home and end up getting caught. But when a woman cheat, 10 times out of 10 she leave. So sometimes when men be in situations, they go deal with somebody else to maintain what they got.
Huh?
I don't,
It don't, huh?
I don't get it.
I know that's a lot of women don't get it. That's
No,
why
I
a lot of women don't get
that
it. Yeah.
ain't-
Okay. So
so I get it.
statistically
So you
speaking,
can say I
but
don't get it, but
hmm?
I get it right here. So like, what are you saying that to say right now?
that women need to be more acceptable to polygyny.
Right. Okay, so I get that. But again, so you
Right.
saying that men step out to save what they have at home.
Yeah.
So
Because they end up coming home anyway. Because 10 times out of 10, maybe it's the factors that would made a man go step out is it varies whether being a cold fish or just whatever the situation is. But a lot of times men step out to get what they need and they come back.
Well, why they not getting what they need from the current relationship that they?
Well, you got a lot of women, especially African American women, they're arrogant. They're very arrogant. They feel like they're her. They feel like she said, she's like so much confidence. They stop trying. They get the person and say, "Okay, I'm her. Well, I need to do this, this, this. I ain't got no competition. I'm it." And that kicked the door open to somebody else.
Ooh, baby, he finna change the whole dialogue. Cause go ahead.
You know what? You got a point. That arrogance,
Some men
but
step out because they just don't want to be faithful. That's not true.
A woman on the outside can look at it just like the stuff you said. Oh, I'm like this. I'm like this. I'm like this. I'm like this. And he say, you know what?
No,
I
ain't in
see
there.
where you slacking at. And they're going there and they appease that man in that area, whether it's stroke his ego, right, or just build up his confidence. Because
right.
a lot of us as African American men, we're tore down, like as far as you know, just being built up and appreciated. And a lot of times that door opens the door for somebody else.
You got a point there. They
Mhm.
demasculate the man
So,
in the marriage.
healing thing, people need to heal.
Mm.
And because I
Mhm.
mean, unless your wife
Mm,
is tearing you down, then it shouldn't be her problem that you feel,
mm,
torn. She has to
mm.
definitely help build you back up.
That's
But
a bad that's a bad attitude, right? And I didn't understand it was a bad attitude until I started dealing with women outside the United States.
what's a bad attitude?
That's what you said.
That people need to heal?
Hmm. I ran into a lot of women they will take that as their duty to heal that man, to comfort that man, to console that man,
I
right?
mean, for sure, we have to have
Yeah.
our men too, and also take responsibility for, I mean, their own. I mean, because we're
Right, but I'm just saying, right. I'm just saying, with with that's a Western mindset, and if men get a taste of anything else contrary to that, they gone.
Mhm.
So you're saying, because my husband
Facts.
was over here giving commentary in the background, right? And
Mhm.
I know you said that you agree. So are you saying that these men went to their wives or their spouses and explained to them what they were missing and how they wanted to work on it
Maybe
before
not,
they stepped out
maybe
of it?
not, maybe not directly.
Well,
Maybe it wasn't.
how would a person know how to fix that in the relationship if you're not directly communicating? Like,
Symbols
no,
and sign. Okay, it might have been indirectly. Hey,
um,
sitting back watching. You could be watching something like, man, look at that. Hey, you see that? Look what I wouldn't wear nothing like that. Hey man, you do it. No, I ain't gonna try nothing like that. Oh,
see,
okay.
no.
Hey, I was thinking about yeah,
You
uh,
can't be
but
coming at people indirectly and then
but when you
cheating
deal,
and saying
but you dealing with women.
So
But you dealing with women.
what that mean.
this generation, this
What do you
generation
mean
don't
by
like
men,
dealing with
men,
women?
men, men, men are not wired the way women are. And if you know you're dealing with somebody whose temperament is different from yours, they're gonna 10 times out of 10, a man that cares, he's gonna tiptoe. He's gonna throw little subtle things out there. Oh, it's like this. It should be like this. Wish it was like this. And a lot of times women bat it down with an iron fist. Just like she said, oh, my man say this is what he want. He ain't went out and did it. He ain't, but he said, look, this is what I want. And he might stay in that situation for years. He might not leave, but then he got an extra family on the side. Why?
Mhm.
Because he wanted to do. He expressed this. This was an expression that was battered down.
Mm-hmm. What? Yeah, I understand that part. I don't. I agree. If you express a need for something and your spouse wasn't willing to meet you, I can understand that. I still don't agree with stepping out on the outside of the relationship. Because at that point, if you can't get what you need out of the relationship, then exit left. Why? Because you're not saving that person you in a relationship for nothing. You
So what
only
do?
it's only
Okay,
it's
so
only you
what do a
only
man need?
it's
What do a man need?
I'm
What
not
what?
saying I know what I mean what a man
Right?
needs.
No. This. Right,
I'm
because a lot of
saying
women don't. They go.
no,
A lot of
I
women
cannot
don't.
read the mind of a man.
Right.
Whatever that man wants, he should be able to communicate that to his spouse. Just like I would not expect my spouse to know what I want unless I communicated that to him. I'm not finna be like, oh, you seen this? I see this commercial. Oh, that's no, because people don't always get that. And I'm going to tell you
Right.
directly. This is what I like. This is what I need. This is what makes me feel loved, and this is what I'm expecting. And I'm expecting you to communicate those same things for me. But if you have done that and you're not getting it from me, then you should exit left. Like if you want to step out of the relationship, because all you're doing is now going to eventually cause me grief and hurt me. Why you want to hurt me? Because that's what it's going to lead to in the end.
Right.
You got to be a man to stand in it.
And
If you're not getting
communicate.
what you need, you have to make the decision to go. Or if you're a Muslim man, you need to be open. I'm gonna take on another wife and be open about the fact I have another wife and I have another family. But by no means is it okay to cheat because you were subliminal in your needs and they were not met. Everybody does
But men
not.
communicate.
Everybody does
Men
not grasp
communicate
subliminal
different.
stuff.
But
We all
men,
communicate differently.
yeah.
Being in a relationship, you're supposed to figure out how your spouse understands. Like y'all supposed to figure out how to communicate with each other so y'all understand one another.
Right.
If you're not doing
see,
that, y'all can't never get nowhere. Y'all can't grow.
You
We
right.
can't
You right.
communicate the way we want to communicate. We need to communicate in a way that our spouse understands.
You're absolutely correct.
yeah, I don't think that you should, like I said, I mean, it could be a Western mindset or however, but I don't think that it would be a fair thing to say that because another woman is willing to be at the foot of what your needs are, or read your mind, whatever, that it would be fair to say that that's the wrong mindset to have. Because like I said, as an adult, period, you should be able to clearly convey what your needs are and then go from there, not just, oh, this person is supposed to do it, take it on as her duty. Because I don't have an issue with helping a person heal, but again, you have to want to heal for yourself. And if you don't even know how to tell me, like, oh, this is what I need, that's your problem, period.
I'm not here to heal nobody. I'm gonna need you to come healed. You need to find God, Allah, whoever prior to coming to meet me, because I don't have time for that.
That's
But
the wrong.
I can't say this generation does not know how to communicate at all. Everybody shuts down and just don't give a crap. And that falls back on the individual. If you get married, you're dating someone, and if you're not a good boyfriend, you're not going to be a good husband. And you got to identify that prior. And people don't do that. People just get so caught up, oh, I want to be married, and they'll just take anything and dismiss all the red flags. So there's a lack of accountability. And that's why I'm not married, because people have no accountability. And I'm not settling for anything.
Okay.
So say that then.
So let me ask you a question.
Communication is
question.
really
Hold
big.
on, y'all. Go ahead. They can hear you now. I took you off mute. Ashley, here he go.
So if the man, back to what the brother was saying, if the man says that he wants something or needs something, maybe not in the way that the female understands it, but he presents, this is what I want, this is my next step in life, this is what I need, and she shoots him down, how else is he supposed to handle that if he loves her and her, but she's not giving him?
He has to make the decision on whether he's going to bypass what he wants, what he needs, or he's going to exit left. By no means, at that point, should he decide to go get what he wants and in the process break her down and hurt her.
I agree.
It's okay to want what you want. It's never okay to do something that's going to harm your spouse. Because we always have a choice. You don't have to choose to make the decision. You don't have to choose to try to have both. It's a decision. It may be a decision you may not want to, but it's a choice.
I mean, I look at it.
Him and Abu not over here on the stage.
This is the thing, because I'm thinking about the situation me and you went through.
See what I'm
thinking about the situation me and you personally went through.
But when we was younger?
I mean, anytime.
What you mean anytime?
I mean, the situation I'm referring to was doesn't mean to give me what I asked for, but it didn't necessarily mean I was ready to leave you alone.
I need to know what you're talking about. But you not being ready to leave me alone doesn't change it. Like, doesn't make it okay because you're not ready to leave me alone.
Okay. I never said.
I'm not saying that you did. I'm responding to what you're saying.
I didn't say it was okay to cheat or step out of it. I'm just saying. But he's giving you the reason why it happens.
I never said that he said it was okay. I simply responded what he's saying, and I'm responding to what you're saying. Regardless of what you are not ready for, if the other person is not ready to give you what you're asking for, and you absolutely must have it, and you're going to go get it anyway, and it's going to harm that other person, hurt that other person, or put them in or hurt the other person, then you need to make the decision. You need to stand on what you want and walk away, or leave what you want alone.
So who sets the tempo in the relationship? Okay, we Muslim. I took my wife's advice after two failed marriages, me taking on wives, right?
Mhm.
And I took my three. She say three. So, and I took advice after the third one, right? Who sets the tempo in the relationship?
The man sets the tempo in a relationship.
But we say that,
That's my
but
belief.
right, but okay. So how true is that?
I
If a man
don't. What you mean?
say, if a man say, look, this is what I need right here, and
Mhm.
it might be uncomfortable, dislike, or whatever, but it goes for even non-Muslim men because I seen in a lot of in African culture I seen it. The woman is the woman, and the man is the man, and
Mhm.
the men set the tempo. You
Mhm.
see what I'm saying? And so if that's the case, it shouldn't be a man like. But here in the West, a lot of men conform to women, and that causes harm within the in the dynamics of the relationship, whether it's a marriage or a boyfriend and girlfriend situation. A man can sit back and say, "Listen, this is what I want. Or I want to entertain this right here,"
Mhm.
and it gets shot. It gets shot down, put on the back burner.
Mhm.
He's a man. He's a man,
Mhm.
right? And then later on down the line,
Well, does not mean that she has to follow or want everything that he's presenting to her.
why
So
not?
because I have my boundaries. Just I have my boundaries. I'm allowed to have boundaries. Because you
Right.
want something doesn't mean I have to accept it. Islam doesn't even tell us we accept it because the man brought it forth. If it's
Okay.
beyond us and we can't deal with it, we also have the option to seek a divorce, a separation, a hula. There's
Mm,
a reason for that, you
right.
know. And what I was because I lost my train of thought. Women in the West, men allowing them.
Oh, the women in the West. I guess over here.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. He was saying that a lot of times the men over here allow the women to kind of and
Yeah. They conform. They
they
conform. We
conform
the
to the women.
yes, they conform. The women they they set the tempo, and the man he goes along with it. You know what I mean? He might throws little stuff out there that he
Mhm.
want to lead or try to lead, but in retrospect, he can't. I didn't understand that. You dig what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Until I started dealing with women outside of the United States. My
Mhm.
my wife that I got, she's not from the United States, and
Mhm.
this is per the advice of my wife. With I mean, she say stop doing it. Stop marrying women here. Don't do it. And I didn't understand it. Right? I took that advice. It was the best advice ever. Now I can look back on errors of my ways and errors of a whole lot of situations. Seriously. Hmm. Yeah.
That's a whole nother dialogue.
Yeah.
That's a whole
He's right.
nother
He's
dialogue.
right.
You right about what part?
Men conform. I conform to you.
It's normal. It's so normal.
You
I mean, you wouldn't see it. You wouldn't
You
see it
wouldn't see
unless
it.
you got to step outside of this Western. I didn't see it until I married my wife.
mhm.
She's in Gambia, and once I start
Where's she at?
interacting in the Gambia, once I start interacting and understanding the culture, understanding the mix of things, I was like, oh man, it opened my eyes to so much. You know what I mean? And it's like, wow. I don't knock nobody here because a lot of people don't know, and it's because of the Western mindset. I'm not gonna say, this is just what. No, it's a mindset because it's not like that.
I don't disagree with you that that over here is a different mindset because we
Hmm.
have a different setting over here from over there. So I
Hmm.
absolutely will not say that I disagree with you. What they are brought up on and the lifestyles and the leadership and stuff over there is totally different from what we have over here. So I mean, women can say the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I absolutely will not say that I disagree with you um at all.
But the reason why it's like that over here, that's why a whole lot of women have a whole lot of problems with infidelity, with bad marriages and bad relationships because the tempo is offset. the men are not able to be men.
Well, whose fault is that?
Men that don't want to be men, in my opinion.
Men don't want to be men; they want to be boys.
If men
Coddled.
are supposed to be the leaders, right? Then they would have had to bend at some point, right?
No,
No?
it's just
Because that's
the
Western
culture.
mentality.
Right.
Y'all say y'all want a leader,
Mm-hmm.
but then y'all scream, "Oh, I'm independent. I don't need no man." This and the third.
Mm.
Y'all want to take the role of a man. Like right now, y'all females take the role of men, and men take the role of females.
Mm-hmm.
You got all the females out there busting they behind, going to school, hard working jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and the men home. So the roles have switched.
Mm-hmm.
So
Accurate.
certain
Very
men don't know
accurate.
how to be leaders because they're following their female, their wife, their significant other.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's just like I said, it's just our culture that females have this thing, and it's just like, I want to be treated equal. I want to be treated equal. I want to be treated equal, and it wasn't never meant for it to be like that. You can't have both sides. You can't want to be treated equal and then want women's rights and this and the third at the same time. It doesn't go together. Women, a lot of women have this thing where as though they bash men for certain things, but then expect certain things of men. You're supposed to do this because I'm a woman. Well, you was just speaking. You don't need a man. You independent. You want equal rights, but at the same time, you want the privileges of being a woman as well. It doesn't go that way. You can't have both. So.
Oh, what happened to Abu Naima?
Oh, brother, let me go on.
So
It's over.
I absolutely agree that the roles have changed, but there's a reason why the roles have changed. Like, the women didn't just wake up one day and say, I want to be the leader in the man. 9 out of 10 times I ain't lived back then, so I can't speak, but I know right now, in this time, in my day and age, women are placed in positions to be the leader of households, to take on the roles of both a man and a woman. And then when we get in a relationship, I just was talking to somebody about this. Then we get in a relationship with a man who wants to be a leader, and neither one of us gives each other the grace and understand where each person was coming from. You have to build certain things in a relationship, in any relationship.
Or you have men who say they want to be leaders, but they are not leaders. I cannot. I'm not going to follow someone who cannot lead me. You have to be able to lead me. We are put, and he was saying about the women over here, like you said, we were put in this position. We want to be soft. We don't want, listen, let me tell you something. I've been working since I was 14 years old. You think I want to get up and go to work every day? Because I have to pay this bill, and I have to make sure that the kids are taken care of. I have to make sure that this is taken care of. I have to make sure that we take care. If you're going to do it, but a lot of men don't do it. We were raised. Listen, I was raised by a single Black woman. Now, my father wasn't in my life because my father was killed when I was a baby. But when my father came along, my mom already had 7 children. And you know what he did? He stepped up and he took care of them 7 children, even though they wasn't his. Even nowadays, my sisters and brothers, I had my sister say every day, she said, her father ain't her father. Your father was my father. Because he stepped in and he was a leader. You have to be willing. You have to know how to be a leader. You have to know how to be a leader.
I can't speak on every single woman. I can speak
No.
on behalf of myself though. I want to be able to we want to be able to fall back and be feminine.
Yes.
And be able to allow men to lead. When I was single, that's what I wanted. I want to be able to. I'm like, I want to get married. I want to be able to fall back. I want to be able to play my role and this, that, and the third. But a lot of people speak that, and I'm not saying my husband, y'all. So don't, just to clarify, like we don't want to be leaders. We're put in positions where we don't have a choice but to be.
But to be a leader,
and then when we come into get into a relationship, nobody wants to give each other that grace. Like I've been a leader for X and playing both roles, and then I get into a relationship. You can't expect me to just drop that role the moment me and you got together. I now have a learned behavior.
Oh, okay. So that's a double-edged sword, right? Because you was in a relationship, a terrible relationship with someone who wasn't leading you. Fine, I get that, right? So A, can you really say that you're giving this second man a chance to lead and like you said, not clash because you came from something else? That's not that man's problem. What happened to what happened to not bringing past relationships into new situations? Because that man didn't lead you. Now I gotta prove myself to you in order for you to follow me. That's not how it should go. That situation should be in the past, and you should give me the grace period to lead or mislead you before you start abolishing me for something that another man did.
Oh, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
So you saying
I agree with that.
I know, but you saying you come from a man who didn't lead, right? And you was the leader, you was the head of household, and now you get into a new relationship, and you basically, you fall back into old practices where your habits are leader habits. That's not on that man. I'm
not saying it is, but it's unrealistic to think that habits are going to be broken overnight. That's what I'm saying.
No.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we both have to give each other grace and understand where we're coming from. And if you're not willing to know where I'm coming from, then we're not for each other.
But I don't know where you're coming from. If we marry each other the way it's intended, I don't know what you're coming from. I don't know the scars that this man has put on you. I don't know that you have to be head of household in the everyday struggles that you endured. All I know is that I want to make you my wife. I want to lead you and take care of you and be our head of household. So if you come into this new marriage or this new situation trying to in your clashing with me from being at the household,
it's going to cause problems.
It's going to cause problems. No person knows.
Why? We should be having these conversations.
Yes, but you saying, hey, I've been through a struggle and I've been through this. Nobody knows the intensity of what you've been through. Me being a man, right? Me being a man, and you tell me, oh yeah, I just got out of this situation and I was treated very unfairly, right? Me personally being a man, listen, I got you. I'm gonna make sure you're all right. I'm expecting from day one you to take my word for it, you to follow me, let me lead you, and let me show you that I got you. If you're clashing with me, you're hindering me from doing my job.
I agree.
You're saying, hey, I got you, when you're bringing old negativity from what such and such did to you or what you went through here into our household, our situation, or our marriage. That's unrealistic. You're putting unrealistic expectations on me.
I agree with that. If that's the situation, yeah, I agree with that. I definitely do. But that wouldn't be a healthy situation
at all.
That's not a healthy situation
At all.
I don't
But then,
I can't speak. I'm not speaking from that perspective because that's not how I'm coming in a situation. Now, if that's how somebody. If you're coming in a relationship and that is the response you're getting, that's different.
I mean, but that's the response that a lot of people give up because, like you said, oh, this person didn't lead, so I'm so used to being a leader that I got to make sure he on his job before I just let my guard down.
See, but I disagree with that because a lot of people say that, and then when you get the full story, you find. So I mean, we will never know what the truth is unless we stand in there. But from where I see, a lot of times that's not the truth. That's what people stand on. That's the statement people say. She didn't give me a chance, or he or she, went and did what they want to do because they're accustomed to. No, you didn't do what you were supposed to do, and then I got up and did what I needed to do
because I had no choice but to do.
No choice.
Everybody always has a choice.
Yeah, I chose to do what needed to be done,
so that we can still have a house.
I mean, if you just got a woman who I don't know any woman personally. Now, I'm not saying that that's not a case. I'm sure it's somebody out there that fits those descriptions, but I don't know any woman personally from where I stand, like from the view I have, that is doing that to a man. 9 out of 10 times when a woman steps into that role again, that leadership role, is because he let her down. He didn't fill the shoes the role he said he was going to fill.
What about when they don't initially let him lead? That's what I'm getting at.
I don't know about that. Just
they don't
initially.
No, it happens because a lot of women have the mindset, especially in particular, women who have been hurt, right? Listen, women who have been hurt, who genuinely, you have a woman, for instance, who was very submissive, let her man lead, and he misled her, okay? So her next situation, she takes the approach of...
Wadia, hold on, I'm listening to you. I'm going to take you off, Wadia. I'm going to bring you back up. Somebody else want to come on real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Then she has the approach of, oh, you got to prove to me that
Actually, leave out and come back in.
That's not the right approach. Because this person misguided you or misled you, or you followed this person and they didn't do what they were supposed to do, and then they get a new situation, and instead of them being submissive and giving this person 100%, now he get the second guesses and he get the doubts and the insecurities because of what happened previously. So it's not the woman who's going to, it's the woman saying, okay, well, I gave them my all, they let me down, so instead of me giving you my all, you got to prove it to me now. You're all at a hindrance because now I got to go above and beyond to try to prove to you when I shouldn't have to. That I'm going to lead you, this and the third, and I shouldn't have to. You should be following me and listening to me until I prove otherwise, not the other way around. It shouldn't be, oh, I'm going to doubt you until you prove yourself to me and then I'll follow you. It should be, I'm going to follow you until you prove to me that I can no longer do that. And it's not that way.
Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all, because I wasn't even reading the comments. I definitely think see, I'm trying to figure out how to word this, right? I mean, I don't see an issue with the person having reservations after being burnt multiple times. I don't think that the person, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out how to put it. I don't see anything wrong with the person having reservations coming into a relationship after they've been burnt but so many times. I'm not saying those reservations should look like them disregarding your role in your leadership. Now, if that's the case, then that's a clash maybe y'all shouldn't be.
Reservations reservations causes doubt.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. But how can one not have doubt if I and who I was with claimed this, but was that? That's unrealistic to expect someone not to have some type of reservation or doubt.
Maybe if it's time at the time, maybe you're the issue.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly.
So the female's the issue, and she comes into this situation and doubt the man.
Then that situation don't work. Y'all walk away. I mean, in that situation, I don't know. I don't think that is unusual or odd for a person who has been burnt multiple times to have reservations. To me, that will make sense that you have reservations if you've been done wrong each and every time. It just to go into another relationship and still be like, oh no, just believable. That to me, that would be like almost insanity. So whether if she's the problem or they were the problem, I mean, I don't know. She spoke about getting healing, so you know.
Yeah, that's
It goes back
I want
to accountability.
to kind of get on their healing journey, because I think that once people, this is men, women, and everybody, once we heal, we have like a expectation. That's with our expectations and stuff like that, and what we looking for. You know what I'm saying? What we gonna do as far as what we would. I don't want to say settle for, because you don't want to settle, but like you wanna have all that sorted out. That's the purpose of having yourself sorted out before you take on another person. Because then you will be taking it more seriously. Like you don't want to be in a situation where, you know, whatever your reservations are, you can deal with all of that prior to. So that way you can be prepared to let a man lead you if that's the life that you choose to live. But we all have choices, and that's what I was telling the guy that was here on here before, which is that you can't blame nobody else for, you can't say women are taking the lead, because you should know the type of woman that you're dealing with prior to you deciding that that's going to be your wife. And that's the same way with people. Like people need to take accountability for their own self, and we will be able to do that better as humans if we heal our own self, if we know our own self prior to getting in relationships. Because it's not it's changing on you, is that you didn't know the person that you was being with in the first place, and you didn't know yourself. So I mean, we have to, as humans, take accountability for all of this stuff. It's not about
it always come back down to a choice. Like you choose to deal with this person or you choose to walk away. Like men are supposed to be the leaders. Nobody can't make you not be a leader. You could choose not to be a leader, but I can't make you not be a leader. You chose to stay in the situation. And the role, and I agree, the roles over here have been changed. But
y'all was talking about
I'm sorry, Ashley,
being the alpha.
Hold on, Ashley. Hold on before you start. Jazzy, when Ashley is done, I'll send a request for you. I just seen your comment saying you wanted to join. Go ahead, Ashley.
Y'all was talking about being like the head household in your home, even when you was in a relationship. All right, even with an old relationship, if you already been in that situation before you go into a new relationship, for the first thing you should do is heal yourself before you even go into a new relationship, period. Because the next man or woman want to be a submissive person, or they want to take that lead, but you so used with him saying, no, we didn't know. Talk about all this or with your old situations before y'all even got into a situation. So you should already knew this before y'all got in a situation. Sometimes you don't just automatically go in a relationship and bow the hell down and let your man or your significant other take that lead, because you already know what you was getting yourself into. So that means either she has to heal herself before she go into a new relationship, or you take on until she's ready to let you take the lead in the household.
Yeah. I definitely agree that people should
get in a relationship.
People should take the time to heal before jumping into another relationship. And I definitely, me personally, I think going into a relationship, you should go in, you know, allowing or being open to, and then how that person treats you and how they carry it will dictate on how it continues.
You can be in a relationship and still be that been doing all
everything for yourself, everything for yourself, everything for yourself. Then a person that's coming along wants to shower you, and you don't know how to deal and let them do it because you're so used of doing it already. So that's why you have to heal yourself before you get in a situation or talk about it before you jump into a situation or get married or go forward. So you already knew what you were dealing with. You jumped into a relationship. Now you like, damn, when can I leave? I do something for you. Slow down. And it's hard for her to slow down because she's not healed all the way from the old situation.
Ashley, you know something? You don't sound half bad. You shocked me.
Because me, I'm going through the situation, so it's like I'm so used to doing for myself. So when you go into a new relationship with the baggage or the old situation, it's hard to stop. So you have to heal yourself and learn how to let somebody provide or do what you need be done. That would make clashing. That would make you clash a lot in a relationship.
But that takes time, though. That takes time, right? That takes a lot of time.
Jump into a relationship when you already know the person not fully healed, because you're gonna clash if you just jump right into the relationship and y'all talked about, oh, I'm so used to doing this. So when she jump in the new relationship, she's still gonna do it, and now you got an issue because then day y'all talked about it already and you knew it. So you should have waited. And fall back a little bit. You're gonna clash in your relationship because you're like, damn, when can I leave? Let me be the man. You know the dominant person.
Go say what you want.
No, I'm just saying, as far as what you were saying, as far as always doing stuff for yourself and then having a problem letting somebody else do something for you. When it comes to a relationship, I agree, but depending on what kind of person you are, that takes time. That just comes with time. Because me personally, I'm always doing for others. Always.
Yeah.
So I feel very awkward and weird and uncomfortable when somebody married for 2 years. So when she give me a gift or do something, I don't know how to accept it.
Yeah.
Because I'm always the one doing something. So when it's for me, it's like, oh, thank you. But I feel awkward and uncomfortable because I'm not used to nobody doing anything for me because of who I am.
Yeah, I'm in that situation too.
Yeah, that takes time. You know what I mean? And then that just takes time, and then understanding that somebody got your back, somebody really want the best for you, somebody was out thinking about. Yeah, I mean, so that just comes with time.
Yeah.
Sierra, did you still want to come on? Go ahead, Ashley.
That's why I said it takes time for somebody to come out of a relationship when they were doing for themselves, even though they was in a relationship, versus going straight into another relationship and they still doing or being an alpha person. They need to heal themselves before they enter a new relationship.
I think also when things are about each other, you have these conversations and these are the that you have, y'all should come a solid plan. A plan has to become agreements have to be made and people have to follow through with those agreements.
Right.
Because if you're accustomed to something, I need to be shown that I can be comfortable with allowing you in. And if we saying we for each other, we want this to work, and I'm telling you that this is the issue that I have, how do we solve this? What do we do to combat this, to change this? Because yes, I have to work on it, but I also have to see the person who I'm with working on it, showing me that I can let this guard down, or why are you looking around? let this guard down.
Who are you talking about?
No, it got to be,
in general.
It's a give and take. Like, yes, me for you personally is something that you have to work on, but the person that you're with, once you are aware of the issue that your spouse has, you got to put in that work too, so they can be comfortable with falling back and not fall back into it like, oh, they dropped the ball, they ain't pick it up. Now I feel the ball sitting there. Who gonna get the ball? Now I'm picking the ball up because the ball's sitting there. Like, somebody gotta get the ball. So it just, to me, it gotta be in a relationship. Both people gotta be working on it. I don't know if
Is she still here?
Sierra Miss Queen Johnson is still here. Did you still want to come on?
She here.
All right, Ashley, I'm gonna take you off and let her come up real quick. We've been on here for a minute. I'm starting to get tired. Hold on. We're gonna wrap this up soon, y'all. I told y'all this was gonna be a thing. Let's see if she connect. We've been on here for over 2 hours. How you doing?
Hello.
Miss Sierra?
Hey, my husband has something to say.
Hey, I'm just can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, listen, I'm listening to y'all conversation. So what I'm saying, I'm agree with your partner, if that's your partner in the background, you feel me?
Uh-huh.
For the simple fact that like most women, like y'all get hurt by a certain person, whatever. And then y'all jump right back into a relationship because y'all miss being touched or being felt on. So you never give us the chance out the gate because you never learned that person from the jump.
Talk to him, bro.
That's not okay.
Are you understanding?
Doesn't
that go back to healing though?
No, that goes. We just said people need to heal. I definitely don't agree with that.
It goes to healing, and it goes as much as to the submissive part. Like you as a woman, you know what you're looking for in a man, right or wrong. As his man, we don't know what you're looking for until we get to know you as a person, right or wrong.
That's right.
So once we get to know you as a person and you get to know us as a person, if we did the same thing that the last man did to you, why would you accept me into your life?
Right.
That's all I've been
Because you're
trying to say.
used to that. That's because it's like you said, like the lady said first, it's a trained thought. You're used to being treated this way. You want different, but you're used to being treated this way. So that's why you go back to another man to do you the same way. Are you understand what I'm saying? Because you're not giving me the chance, like he said. If you want a man to lead you, you gotta be submissive and be led.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't be submissive and let me lead you, like if I meet you and you see certain characteristics about me that fit your criteria, but don't get to know me and we jump straight into a relationship, how do you know if I'm gonna give you the satisfaction that you want or if I'm gonna let you down if you never give me that opportunity to lead, like he said.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can't lead, you seen something in me that made you want to be with me. You feel me? But then once you get into the relationship, you don't let me lead. It doesn't make sense.
That's a fact.
I mean, but I already agreed that she should come in allowing him to lead. So this is kind of like a circle around the circle.
I understand what you're saying. We were trying to get in way back when y'all was.
I'm sorry. I was
listening on here. You feel me?
Yeah, I was listening because he over here in my ear.
No, I'm saying that you're right. I'm saying what you're saying is right. Like,
yeah, I agree.
You come in. You saw something in me that piqued your interest enough to let us take it to the next step. But when we take it to that next step, now you got reservations that's hindering me from leading you because you still have reservations on what JoJo down the street did.
There you go.
Right, y'all. But but all I'm saying is this is why we come here. When you come here, then you have a whole separate set of standards by which you're choosing a person. Mm-hmm. And that's just what it boils down to. We can't sit up here and blame one person or the next because reservations don't just pop up. When you know who you're dealing with, it's not something that's just like, oh, this person just switched up on me. Like I said, you got to heal. You got to take care of yourself first. And then you go and choose a partner. That's all. I think that's what it really starts.
It's two people. While she jumping into the relationship, making the same mistakes, you also jumped into this relationship with this woman
knowing that she got back.
We both chose to jump in it unknowingly.
And I said this to my wife too. And listen, I said this to my wife before as we was trying to get in. Just like you just said, a man will take advantage of that for the simple fact of if you're not in a vulnerable state, you look over the good men because you want you a thug. The ones that's gonna lead and provide for you, y'all look over. Y'all look over because you want you a thug, right?
I definitely think that women tend to look over good men because they're looking for something. They're looking for something.
They want thuggish, and then when they get that thuggish, they get their heart broken and shitted on. And then now you see what I'm saying? That good man when they got him a white girl or something.
We be looking for the thug and a good man together.
No, see,
that's
no.
That's
No,
all,
see?
Summer.
She's talking about that's
What
it.
you
And ain't nothing
mean?
wrong
No.
with it.
That's it.
Wait. What
With
you
it.
mean? What you
That's
mean?
what I just
I'm
said
gonna tell
too.
you why I said no. Because
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Doug, where the brother go? He left.
No, well,
No, I'm still on here.
They right here.
All
He
right.
talking about he love. Yeah, hang up.
No.
Like, no.
No. Because y'all over here talking about y'all want a thug and a good man. Y'all have to realize something.
I was joking.
No.
When I said it.
But
go ahead.
You're joking, but a lot of women are serious about that.
Mm-hmm.
They want a thug and a good man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't mesh,
Mm-hmm.
right? They don't mesh because you have to realize something. Thugs and good men live different lives.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No.
They live different lives. Y'all, I'm gonna say y'all particularly, that's on the phone, but women are intrigued with certain characteristics of a thug.
Mm-hmm.
And then they try to bring that over into a good man and then be like, oh, he's a punk.
There you go. There you go.
He's soft.
No, ain't
He
nobody
a
calling
punk.
no man
No,
no punk.
yes.
Preach.
You may not say it out loud, but this is the mindset. He's soft. He a punk. This, that, and the third. Like I have heard women say, "Oh, they be with a thug. Oh, I can't go to this bar and do this because such and such going. I mean, you know, he gonna smack me up if he see me here and think that's cute. But get a good guy and be like, oh, he ain't coming up here. He ain't doing it. I can do whatever I want with him. But you want that thug to leave the street life alone and leave. The thug got access. He got access to 100 chicks at his disposal at all times.
Big homie, what they want is they want that thug to bow down, but he not
ain't
bowing
bound
down. Now you
down.
see what I'm saying? That's what it be, bro.
He ain't
They'll
bound
respect
down.
that thug. They respect that thug, so that thug let him do whatever the fuck
What
he
y'all
wants.
telling me
When
right
you get
now?
a real
My
man,
husband, I finna
it's a
bow
problem.
down. That's what you telling me.
Ooh.
This thug standing right here next to me. You saying you ain't finna bow down?
But I changed though. I changed.
And they do, Summer, and they do.
No,
So
they
can
don't.
quit.
No, they
Thugs
don't.
do.
No, they
do.
don't.
The
No,
thugs
listen
that
to me.
bow down and leave, they get married and they leave the game alone.
Listen to me.
This is
No,
wild.
they don't.
Come here.
No, they don't.
Hold on, wait, y'all. Let him finish. Let him say this. Hold on.
When you got somebody who's 100% in that lifestyle, who's 100% in that lifestyle,
You're gonna deal with her, leave, or get pushed to the next.
I'm gonna tell you from personal experience, right? I used to be in the streets heavy. At all times, I had multiple women at my disposal. So, no matter how good a woman was,
It was never
she
enough.
could never compete with 30 other women. It's impossible. You can be the best submissive person, God-fearing, whatever you want to call it, but guess what? I got 30 small individuals that's gonna eat you up, eat that one person up. And my lifestyle doesn't support me being still. I have to be on the move. So I have to have access to these different houses, these different women for different things. Because everybody has to play a role.
Yes, sir. Make it make sense.
Everybody has to play a role. You getting on my nerves, I'm going to such and such house. You getting on my nerves, I'm going here. You getting on my nerves, I'm going here. So that person will never settle down until they're mentally ready and say, you know something, I need more, I want more. And they leave certain things alone. I'm not going to say somebody totally leave the streets alone, but they calm down. That thug ain't going to give you 100% of what you want. Like I said, you want that because you're intrigued by certain characteristics. But then when you look over a man that would have took care of you and would have did this, that, and the third, now 10, 15 years then went by, now you're talking about, oh, I just want me a good guy now. I just want a 9 to 5 home. Well, you done passed this man up for 15 years. He's happy, and I was thug for real. There was nothing. I can love you, I can care about you, but one person, one female can't compete with 30 females I got access to and another 50 in my inbox. It's just impossible.
Yeah, and you made them settle down. Make sense. Okay.
And one of them gonna settle down. I may live with you. I may spend time with you, but I'm not settled down with you.
Just like y'all choose us, we choose our women as well. The characteristics and all that got to fit real life.
Okay, look like somebody else want to come on here.
Who else want to come up real quick? Because when I get off this live,
have a great night. Thank y'all for letting us in.
Leave. I don't see it. No, they changed their mind. Who was it? This was a really good dialogue. I truly enjoyed it. I'm tired. And I'm probably gonna have to fight my husband, so I need to. Oh, Ashley, you wanted to come up again? All right, hold on.
Don't be trying to play my brother-in-law,
right?
Because he's a changed man.
Right.
When did I try to play him?
Because
right.
You said, I want a thug. You don't want no fucking thug.
Girl, I said I was joking. Get off the live,
no,
girl.
Ashley, talk that talk,
Don't
Ashley.
you see me laughing? Don't you see me smiling, jackass?
Watch your mouth.
Talk that talk,
Oh,
Ashley.
wait. Hold on. Wadia, I'm going to let you up. Let me see. I don't know. If I come off oh, she hung up. Is there anybody else that wanted to come up and contribute? If not, we're going to wrap it up after her statement. Hey, Lakeisha.
I want to say, so you know, back in the day when I was, back in the junior, I might have wanted a thug, but no, I don't want a thug, but I definitely don't want no soft ass nigga either. Excuse my language. I can provide, lead, and protect. I don't want to have to protect him. I don't want to. I will though. I'm definitely gonna go. Listen, if we gonna rumble together, we gonna rumble together, baby. But I definitely want a man who can protect me. I don't want to be like. Listen, it's some men out here. Y'all done seen the videos? They be pushing the kids in front of them and holding kids in front of them and pushing the women in front of them and running. Yeah, I don't want that.
No, so no, that's different. That's just a punk. That's just a punk. So in this reference, you know what I mean? Like a lot of females would call any man who's not in the streets soft.
So.
So
okay, got you.
What you talking about? He's just a punk, like you know what I mean, like because you got 9-to-5 dudes who ain't going for nothing, like you know what I mean, like I'm not going for nothing, like so that's different, like I mean, but when females say they want a thug, they legit want a dude who in the streets, like they want him either out there in the streets, controlling the streets, running the streets. That's what they mean by a thug. If anybody who Joe Schmo who work every day, even if he ain't went to college, he can be the trash thrower or whatever. He's soft because he go to work and come home every day. Or I've had chicks to say, "Oh, all he want to do is go to work and come home and be up under me." Well, dang, why is that man getting killed for wanting to go to work every day and then come home and be under his woman? So that's what we mean. Like we don't mean just your punk. Like don't nobody want a punk.
See,
not at all.
I know that there are some chicks. They ain't ready to. They not mature. They're not ready to grow up and actually, be looking for something in the future. A lot of times, the statement that I know from women that say that they're not looking for the dude that's in the street. what they are equating it to is a man they're going to feel protected by. They equate the thug as a guy. He got me. I'm safe with him. I'm good wherever we go. They want to feel secure in their relationship with the man, knowing that they're going to protect them, but they don't want him in the street. They don't want that part of it. They want the feeling of security, the feeling of protection.
But I mean, that's
from the woman that I know.
That should be even though it's not, I know it's not, but that should be natural. A man's natural reaction should be to protect a woman, their woman especially. That should be natural. Like, yeah, I mean, you know, from my experience, when the girls say they want to fuck, they want.
That's what I'm saying. I know it's some chicks that want that, but that's not.
Yeah, they want a street. They want a street
the women,
guy. They want to be in the mix. Like,
you know,
they want what they do in the mix. They want to be a part of the mix. They was reading. What's that book called back in the day?
That's not a woman.
Yeah,
that's not a woman who want that.
Like, I know some. I call them a hood rat. That's the hood rats.
That's just they little girls.
The women who I know who use that terminology, they don't want the actual thug. They don't want the man that's in the streets that got looking on his back. Hey, where he go? That's not what they want. They want the feeling of security and protection. Like, that's
they want a part-time thug.
No, they don't want a part-time thug. They're just misusing the word.
I know what you said.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They want a man that's going to go to work, but they want to know if they out in the street or they. Oh, you said that's what it should be. A man should protect, but a lot of men don't. A lot of women don't feel secure with their men because they aren't protecting us.
You feel safe with me?
I do feel safe with you, but
you know what?
Say that then. Say that then.
But no, listen. A lot of women don't feel safe with their spouse. They don't feel protected because a lot of women aren't being protected. They aren't being shielded. No, you know, but these are the conversations. These are the things.
Tell the women to call me, and I can get them in some classes on what to do in certain situations, and we can have a dialogue about how to handle certain situations.
How to be a man 101.
No, not be a man. I can't teach somebody how to be a man. I can teach you how to be a protector. I can't teach you how to be a man. I can teach you how to be a protector.
All right. Part-time. Who is talking? Who said that? That was my husband talking just now, Mari Key. Oh, I didn't even know she was on here. Don't too many.
She just got on.
Yeah, most grown women who are looking to secure their future, they don't want no thug. They don't want somebody in the streets. They just want to fill in.
Think about it. Most of us, like when you say grown women, most of us, like, and you know, we all probably different age groups, but anywhere between, like, I'm gonna say 30 and 50. You want somebody that's about their business, just like you. Most of us as women, we are about our business. We holding down careers, owning businesses and things of that nature. You want somebody that's going to match that.
Mm-hmm. And even with saying that, going back to the whole like being submissive, women in those roles who are independent, who got careers, who getting out of bag, who has the table. Like this woman right up here in the corner. She said she got the table already. She's not looking for somebody to bring it. We don't necessarily want to come in. We want to be able to, they want to be, I'm say, I got to stop saying, I'm speaking in general.
They
want to be able to have a man come into their life and they be able to fall back and allow him to lead. Like, be able to trust that he's going to lead. Like, and most women who I know, like, I can't speak for all women, but I'm pretty sure that there are some women who don't allow a man to lead. They just, emasculate him. But most women, the women who I know, they're going to come in, they're going to let you come in, they're going to allow you to lead, they're going to give you the leeway. And then if you hang yourself, then they're going to step in and do what they know what to do.
I mean, because, like I was saying before, how the roles have changed. Like, y'all winning right now. Like, y'all women have in society, whether y'all was pushing to certain situations, y'all have stepped up whereas though y'all are the providers and y'all now. So, like, a lot of these dudes really don't, I mean, they around because they ain't got a choice. Like,
no, I don't want a housewife.
No, I'm just saying that's the way it is. But that's a lot of the situations you look
that's
at.
how it is.
That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these roles, you don't have changed. Obviously, I think for the most part, women want to be submissive. Whether they are or not is up for debate. But they want to be submissive and they want the man to lead. But you don't have every man ain't gonna lead. It's just not every man's DNA.
Oh, that's true. Marky, I don't know what you're talking about. What Marty keep talking about? She says, "See, I'm going to need some married friends if I ever get married because if I feel like that, I'm going to want out. I'm going to need support and lots of reminding. Feel like what? If you feel like what? Like he not going to protect you?
I wonder what will make a woman feel like the man won't protect them though.
Because some of these men, well, some of them ain't men. Some of them ain't protectors. That's not what they, like you said, it's not in their DNA. It's not what it's a lot of men, or I can't even say men, boys that are coming in and they lax days ago. They just don't want to do nothing with themselves, or they want a woman to, I had a guy that I used to date a long time ago. And like I said, for years, he once told me that, which was a big turn off. He once told me that I was like a mother also. And I said, like what? Like, cause what do you mean? Like, what? That's like, but it's because that I have always been a provider.
You was doing too much.
And I was. But here's the thing. I met this man when I was 12. When I met him and we became teenagers, his mom was on drugs. She was in the streets. He didn't really have. And so what my mom and them did was they took him in. So they took him in. He lived with us. They took care of him. They helped him get into a school. And they did these things for him. So I was always that provider for him because I knew he didn't have it at one time. And I did. I had a family. I had love. I had structure. He didn't have that. So I tried to provide that for him with my family. And then as we grew older, it just became a thing. But after a while, of course, then I had to look at it like, okay, listen, after a while now, we're grown now. You need to grow up.
Yeah,
he never grew up.
He got comfortable.
He did.
For the most part, like, it's like what would make somebody said in the comments, like what I was going to say, what would make a woman feel like a man is not, doesn't feel protected. A man not doing what they say they're going to do is one thing. A man not protecting you when you are in a vulnerable state, regardless of what that is at that time, them being aware of it and them not shielding you from something. It could be anything. What else?
See, that's why I know for a fact you don't feel that way about me, because you know I'm an active fool.
You didn't let him grow because you did everything, even when he got grown. Yeah.
She right.
Mm-hmm. That's what he's doing too much. People get comfortable in roles, and then he said you like a mother. What?
Yeah, when he said that to me, I kind of was like, what? And it was like, it was like a slap in the face. Like, nigga, I'm not your mother. That type of thing. I'm not your mother.
And he meant it as a term of endearment too.
Mm-hmm. He did.
I know.
He really did.
I know. That was the bad. You really said this and believed this with your whole heart.
We're gonna have to do another live. Man, it's so many different.
This was a good topic. This was a good one.
To jump into, like, to get deep, and it goes into like being accountable, and things like that. Marie Key said something. She spoke on. She said when y'all were talking about some point feeling like he's not doing whatever he's supposed to be doing, and she said at that point she would be wanting a divorce. And I'm like, but for most women, I'm not gonna say most women that I know don't even be trying to jump out the window first thing. They be giving opportunities over and over and over and over and over again for people to try to catch up and do what they say. And then when we choose to be like, all right, this enough, and we act to left, the conversation be like, oh, it's never accountability on that person's part. They never see like what that person was giving you the space to try to allow you to do. It's just all about like, man, we gotta have another. I gotta pick another because we gotta end this live because I'm tired. And that will bring that dialogue. I'm sure these statements will bring up a whole nother dialogue. And I ain't trying to be on here till 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, this was a good little talk.
Sorry, Malika. I appreciate you tuning in, though. I'm happy that it kept your attention. You know, that it was interesting. This is a really good dialogue. Thank you tonight.
Yes,
This is a good one.
This was a good one.
Yes, definitely. I definitely enjoyed you guys.
Yeah. All right. Well,
make sure y'all follow Summer Room, everybody.
Make sure y'all follow Summer's Room. Shout out pages out too. Make sure y'all follow these two lovely ladies. I want to give them your
I'm
name.
definitely all through the comments. Shabria, ask you.
Is she frozen? There she go. Oh, there she go.
Andy Scott.
Andy Scott. Make sure y'all follow them. Make sure y'all follow Summer's Room. I can't stress that enough. Not Summer Young, my personal page. Go follow Summer Room. The room y'all in right now. Go hit that follow button and look out for future lives. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys.
All right. Good night. Walaikum salam.